Hello, hello. Ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. Okay. Ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. Alright. What up, Rainy Frog? What up, Dragonborn and Winged Destro? How's everybody doing? We have ourselves Friday Night Fights. Haven't covered it in a bit. Been busy, unfortunately. If you don't know it, it's a best of one until a best of three final tournament hosted by Cool Umbrella every week on Friday, switches between NA and EU based on who's around and who's available. I have a matchup with Wolfblade. Yeah, I'm away. I have a matchup with Wolfblade, but I'm playing in it. Good number of signups tonight, so might as well just get right into it. Things go pretty quick. And yeah, we'll play in it. If we get knocked out, I will cast the rest of it. If I make it to finals, then I will obviously be casting pretty much the whole thing from my perspective because I'll still be in it. I'll put a blocker up. Hi, streamer in chat. What up? Segos, I just saw you. We were just playing before this. We went 1-1 and then had to abandon our series. Player 2 bottom bracket will ban 1. Fuck, that's me. Ban Grand Cathay. I'm chilling. Alright, we'll see what he picks. I'm mildly annoyed because y'all can hear my queaking. My queaking. Sorry, I got distracted by Calambora's post. You can hear my mouse clicking again, and I feel like I solved that issue. But I used to have a noise gate, then I got rid of it because it wasn't working super great. You want to pet the wolf on the blocker? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. That wasn't Sego's? Oh, shit. Is that Queek in a Storm Vermin versus Artorias and Queek? Artorias and Sif? Yes. Yes, it is. I commissioned that. It is. It is mine. I didn't paint it, but I did commission it. Alright. Wolfblade's thinking. He's still thinking. Reichland Estates. Does this map have a bunch of those like scattered ass trees? No, okay. I know what map this is now. Alright, Wolfblade is going Slanesh, Chaos Dwarves, and Khorne. Ban Tzeentch, Dark Elves, and Kislev. Slanesh, Chaos Dwarves, and Khorne. Who do I feel like playing? Let's play some Demons of Chaos. Let's do Demons of Chaos. Let's see what he picks. I gotta theory craft some shit. Why don't the Demons of Chaos get the Legendary Lords? Like Scarbrand and shit. Alright, he's going Chaos Dwarves. That could be a problem. That could be a problem for me. Because that Iron Demon is a bit of a pain in the ass. Okay. We have that. It's so goddamn expensive, though. The basic heralds are way too expensive, man. It's upsetting. It's upsetting how expensive they are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then what do I need? We gotta have some of those. If you don't have those, what are you even doing with your life? This is stupid. Oh boy, this is dumb. This is not gonna be a good time. That's alright. That's alright. It's okay. How do I feel about this? Not really that good, all things considered. If my Lord options weren't so fucking expensive, man. Is that supposed to be Scott Bloodtail with Queek? It is. It is. Good eye. You gotta give us Red Ulger? I don't know if I can go Red Ulger. What does he got? Hold on, let's unready up. No, let's unready up. Let's see what he's got. Red Ulger, Prince of Slaughter. Looks like he would fucking die immediately to Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses. Sif is an overrated as fuck boss. 1, Boo Delicious, you have told me this already. And 2... I like Sif. I don't think he was a hard boss fight. I don't think he was like an incredible boss fight, but I like the character in the lore. Hey, Platty, how you doing? We have a little rainbow assortment of goodies here for our friends, the Chaos Dwarves. Enemy troop count is 2,000. That means an awful lot of goblin laborers and orc laborers and such. Which is fine. I would be much more worried about like a single entity heavy build. So, we have some Plague Toads for some armor-piercing anti-infantry disruption. I can't walk through that rock, so I'm not going to bother with it. They can penetrate the back line and just be a bit of a pain in the ass for my opponent, which is fine. Then I have the Exalted Demonettes ROR, the Exalted Bloodletters of Khorne ROR. These two will help me deal with Infernal Ironsworn or Infernal Guard in the late game, so I'll have them advance last. We have Screamers in the sky. They're generally a good unit, but they're good armor-piercing anti-large, so good against Centaurs. Sorry, the Bull Centaurs, whatever. And then the single-entity trains. And then basic Bloodletters, again for a little bit more armor-piercing to get through Chaos Dwarf Warriors. They can help a little bit versus the Infernal Ironsworn and stuff, but it is what it is. Then I just brought a Herald of Nurgle with the Locust of Fecundity and Spirit Leech. For a little bit of healing, I was thinking about doing a Herald of Tzeentch, but I wanted Spirit Leech for the big single entities, because what I was most worried about with this build is not being able to kill the trains. So, thought Spirit Leech could at least handle that a little bit for me. Or Astragoth, Iron Bitch. Don't know if this is an optimal build, but it's silly. Is that Screen Blocker? Skaven versus House Stark? You wish it was. Alright, what do my control groups even need to be at this point? When it's mostly just a walk at them rush, I really don't need to think about it that hard. Used the Lore of Nurgle recently and it seems very good. I am constantly underwhelmed by the Lore of Nurgle. Unfortunately. Like, on paper it should be good, but I never feel the effects of its healing. I recently played Warriors of Chaos into Rainy Frog, and I brought Festus versus High Elves. And I was just spamming out spells super cheap to try and heal up my Chaos Warriors, and it didn't matter. Like, they just kind of didn't do anything. Alright, what do we got? Zatan the Black, which makes me happy I brought Spirit Leech. Death Sorcerer, Fainted Buna, and Spirit Leech. 2 Kadai Fireborn. 2 Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses. A metric fuckton of Laborers. And some Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Alright, neither of us has a lot of mobility, so that's okay. Lore of Fleshy Abundance. Fleshy Abundance is alright. Alright. My blue horrors reposition. I fear no laborer. They are not worth my ammunition. So I'm going to back my blue horrors up. I'm going to give them a new control group. Don't fire. Don't fire. Only fire at what I tell you to fire at. Alright. Screamers can move up a little bit. Nope. Okay. Can move the blue horrors up, start attacking Kadai Fireborn. That's a better target. We're already punching through over there, so I'm not super worried about that. You blue horrors can also fire at Kadai Fireborn. You're helping with that, which is fine. And you can pop your first Locus of Fecundity. Alright, Screamers. Let's get heading towards that back line, huh? Now that we're here. Oh no, my poor frogs. Alright, start on that. Push through that back line already. Let's go over here. Blue horrors are still harassing that stuff. There's Hobgoblin Wolf Riders. My blue horrors can defend themselves okay. Not great, but okay. Okay, dive down on that. Bloodletter's trying to hang in there. It's not going amazing for them, but they're okay. I got netted. Got netted by Zatan. Alright, we're losing some units to ye old demonic instability. But elsewhere, man. Elsewhere, we're tearing through this shit like nobody's business. I have this. I will go zip straight through those Orcic guys. And then my Screamer Regiment of Renown is going to go up there. Things are going pretty well for us. We're very happy with the state of things right now. This is good. We're very happy with the state of things. Okay, that guy's gonna fade away, so now you guys all turn onto that Kadai Fireborn. Except for you. Just because I worry we're getting a little too close. Here. Screamers are gonna be on the high ground chasing stuff off. Lag Toads. And Hellforged Toast. And hell, I guess the Demonettes. I guess we're all going up there and I'll pop a big Locus of Fecundity. That's fine. It's not my favorite use of my time, but it's fine. Yeah, I'll wait till I get all three of those Hyper Elite units in on this. Alright. You two with ammunition split up. The rest of you, I guess, just suck and die, which is what you usually do. Another Spirit Leech onto you. Screamers are getting cucked. Focus of Fecundity on 3 of my most important units. Zatan's killing some of my stuff. That's alright. Who really needs stuff? What is stuff, anyway? Use the last of the ammo on those Kadai. You come over here and rout off those Blazing Beards. And you do that. And then fall back. You don't need to fight the Blazing Beards. You really don't. We have Exalted Bloodletters to do that for me. You just get back into the sky, my precious. Alright. You're all out of ammo. Run up there. You also run up there. Deal with some of these things for me. Frogs, go deal with some stuff. I almost have another Spirit Leech for you, my friend. Zatan is just gonna walk into the Hellforged Host like he owns the place. I have never been so insulted in my tier 2 Nurgle ability right here on top of all these elite units. Yes. There we are. Anyway, I've never been insulted in my whole life. I had a minor stroke, but you understood what was supposed to be happening there. Alright. We're gonna rampage Zatan and kick his bitch ass. The Kadai Fireborn have killed my thing. They killed my Chromatic Abominations, which made me real sad. Zatan netted my, There. I'll just Spirit Leech him, you fucking dunce. Zatan netted my ROR. Demonettes. What a jerk. $69 HP on him, 16. Maybe we'll kill him today, maybe not. I have another Locus of Fecundity for my Hyper Elite units. We will use Screamers as pseudo dogs. Which means my blue horrors are going to have to come back down here at some point, but we'll deal with that when we have to deal with that. Alright. Let's get back in there and Fecundity those guys. I don't think I can wait for my Screamer ROR to get over here, so I'm just going to Fecundity now while we still have the strength in our lungs. Blue Horrors can come down and offer some aid. We'll get Screamers chasing off all these Chaos Dwarves. And this is going fine. If those Kadai would die, I'd be very happy. All the slaves are routing and Zatan's alone. Let's rampage him. Rampage. And then kill him. Kadai, just fuck off. Thank you. Thank you very much. Frogs, get over here. We just want these guys to fight Zatan. We want them to rampage him. Which, can he be rampaged? Oh, he's immune to contact effects, that little bitch! Alright, we won anyway. Elite infantry putting in work. Frogs putting in work. Zatan was funny. He was funny. Oh, I maybe get the tech there. Maybe. He was trying to get minus leadership in an AoE with Zatan so that my stuff would crumble faster. Kadai Fireborn did great. Blunderbusses got shut down. And then Laborers got shut down. GG. Alright, sorry. I had to read some messages. Where are the rats? I'm here for rats? Oh, I was just being silly. Foot Sorcerer. Are you talking about for him or for me? Because for me, I just wanted to keep him as cheap as possible, and Rotfly is pretty bad. Alrighty, I gotta go fight John F.B. Alright, while we wait on that, FYI for everybody else, this is where the bracket's at. Booge beat Dr. Nerd, Koala Duck is waiting to fight him, Father Ramsey defeated Rainy Frog, Phoenix King defeated Eden Zero, and then Cool Umbrella and Segos, Black Knight and Central Scroot are chillin'. Big chillin'. Human Boy in the house. What up, Ryan McDonald? How you doing? Alright, I've invited John, but what map is it? Flats of Kislev. And I am top bracket. Huh. Flats of Kislev. If I remember, that map is ass tier. Human Boy, isn't it in your Vermin League and therefore you approved of it? Oh, it's a fair map. It's just an ass map. It has trees. Any map with trees is bad for old Hummus. I don't like trees. Let's go Skaven. Let's go VP, but Hummus, they have trees. Why are you picking two factions that are shooting based? I don't know. It's just who I am. Skaven VP, Korn, Ban, Kislev, Zinch, Dark Elves. Sorry, streamer popped in. Yeah, dude. Welcome back. In Baldur's Gate 3, after discovering that with a Ranger Wolf companion, I get a sword attack. Never used any other animal companion. I'm going to get around to playing Baldur's Gate when I finish my Dark Souls 3 run, finish my Sekiro run, and then finish Elden Ring. Which I haven't played Elden Ring, but I was replaying through all the Souls games to get back there. And I don't have a lot of time for single-player games. Do you want the blocker up? Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I got it. You're just on a delay. What up, 04 Bark? So your options are Skaven, Vampire Coast, and Khorne. He gets to ban one, but otherwise, what are we feeling? You play Dark Souls 1 and 2. You never try the rest of the games. Dark Souls 3 is fine. It's fine. I did have a crazy experience with it, though. I had a crazy experience with it. Alright, he went Greenskins, ban Vampire Coast. Greenskins, ban Vampire Coast. Alright, we'll go Skaven. Yeah, so the first time I played Dark Souls 3, I didn't know what was going to be in it. It had just come out. And my favorite character from Dark Souls 1 was Artorias. So I just made a character named him Artorias, and I always play a knight my first playthrough. Play Khorne, let's go. Alright, Corey, for you. Never mind. Chat said Khorne. We'll do Khorne. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I named my guy Artorias. I played a knight. It was all good. I didn't know what I was getting into. And then game 3 was like nostalgia baiting as much of game 1 as possible. So I was like, it was Artorias fighting a lot of his old friends. Like he fought the Dragon Slayer armor, which was his best buddy Ornstein's old armor, and you sit at Firelink Shrine, which is in the first cauldron, the Cauldron of the First Flame, where your previous Lord Master Gwen died. So I enter the swamp where there's a bunch of people worshiping my dead dog. And that's kind of fucked. I'm like, oh, everybody's worshiping a good old Sif. Okay, so I kill a bunch of pretender-ass motherfuckers. Take my sword back. So I make Artorias' sword. I'm like, all right, sweet, I got my sword. And then I wander around, and eventually I get back to like this alternate realm where my armor is, and like reclaim my armor to be a super badass, and then go free the whole world. I don't know. It was kind of nuts. It was just very emotional and hype, and I had a good time with it. Now saying it out loud, I sound stupid. You're making me feel stupid. I don't like that. So maybe, hey, fuck you. But I had fun with it. So you know what? You can go to hell. You can't make me feel bad. Greenskins versus corn. Corn. Alright, so you guys have armor piercing, don't you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're cooking now. Accidental roleplay, yeah. Sorry, I was half constructing my build, half telling the story, so it probably ended up just being a fucking dumbass story. So that's my bad. Alright, no. So the real thing was, so I pick Artorias, and then you wander around this castle, there's a bunch of dragons, you don't really know what's going on. And then you come across a bunch of characters from Dark Souls 1 that you would have known. And at one point, I find one of the daggers of Artorias' lover is in this world too. So that was just an extra shot in the ribs. But yeah, you kill this cult that's worshipping Sif and trying to do your job, but they're doing it really poorly. So you kill them off. You go back to old Anor Londo where you used to live, and it's been taken over by like the Deacons of the Deep. So this satanic sludge cult that's terrible. You clear them out, you kill a bunch of the Silver Knights that used to defend your lord's household. Now they just stand around uselessly and attack strangers, so they've fallen from grace. And then you finally see like a friendly face, your old friend, and you realize it's just his armor, he's not in it, and then you beat it up and get real sad. Wander through the Duke's archives, but the Duke's not there anymore. It's just a bunch of fucking randoms wearing candles on their heads, and it's just like, it's just sad. It's sad to see all this stuff that, you know, you used to like fight to defend, and now it's all just fallen to ruin. So that sucks and blows. And then the canon ending of the game is you fight the player character from Dark Souls 1, or all of them, or any player that's played Dark Souls 1, because it's that giant Soul of Cinder or whatever, the fucking amalgamation of every playstyle you could have done in the previous games. So, like, you run into this guy who killed your old boss, and he's in the place, like, where your boss used to be, all these things. You just wandered through this land of your dead friends, and your home's all destroyed, and just, like, all this shit. And it culminates to this asshole who did it to you. He did all of this to you, and now you have to beat him. You have to 1v1 him, and it's so satisfying. And then you can either, like, honestly, a lot of the endings work. Out of the 4 endings, 2 of them work for the Artorias run. You can either rekindle the fire and start the cycle over again, as Gwyn would have wanted you to do, or you could become the Lord of Dark and, like, leave your ruined past behind you and try to guide humanity into the future to avoid the mistakes you made. Because Artorias did make mistakes. He was assigned to go defend Uasil, and then he got corrupted by darkness. So maybe he could, you know, if he did survive that somehow and play my run-through of Dark Souls 3, then he would be there to be like, all right, guys, so, like, The dark is coming and there's nothing we can do about it, but also there's such a thing as too much dark, so maybe we like moderate it a bit. Isn't Artorias left-handed? Hey, maybe he's speaking in sign language and needed his left hand. You never played Korn, but I've played Warriors of Chaos and Valkia, and she was really strong. How do I tell you you're not getting Valkia? How do I tell you that you're getting something a little worse? Scar motherfucking Brand. Is he good? No. Is he my favorite Corn Lord? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. We're taking motherfucking Scarbrand. We're doing it for the boys. He is extremely expensive, which means the rest of my army has to be cheap. So of course I got the Bloodbrute Behemoth. And since I have those two very, very, very expensive single entities, I am out of money. I have no money left. The rest of our army is dogs and marauders. Oh, my money is gone. Oh, well. 802 model count. Okay. I'm kind of feeling a little better now, honestly. 802 model count makes me feel better. I would be much more worried about him going, like, crazy wide. You know what I mean? Your dogs have Frenzy? Yeah, so the... Okay, like, yes, to cap it all off, there's a bit of memery happening. I'm having some fun with Scarbrand. Cool. Besides that, what's the point of the build? The Bloodbrute Behemoth can be hard for the Greenskins to take down. He's a good duelist. He has self-regen. He has terror. He has all these things that can make him rather difficult. And they don't have a ton of, like, focus fire that can really whoop his bitch ass. Don't know why you were in that group. Anyway, they don't have a ton of focus fire that can kill him. So he can actually be good. And then the dogs, I didn't take a lot of heavy cav like Skull Crushers or Chaos Knights because all Greenskin cav has armor piercing. So my Flesh Hounds will do fine with, my Flesh Hounds and dogs will do fine with their lesser armor values. So that's kind of what's going on there. Alright. Bloodbrute Behemoth and Scarbrand, gonna go get it. Oh, Savage Arc Biggins? Oh, those are... Okay. Let's hold off until our infantry actually hit them. Orc Boar Boy Biggins, that'll be a pain in the dick. Alright. Scarbrand's popping L Rampage. If we can Rampage Wurzeg, that would be very nice. Now you guys can get involved. Although these dogs are going to want to slip through here. Wait, that's not enough to Rampage Wurzeg? That's so much damage. There we go. Now he's Rampaged right in front of the Bloodbrute Behemoth. You'll love to see it. Alright, we're still trying to snipe out Wurzeg. And how did you miss? You have like 1 million melee attack. He has 25 melee defense. How did you fucking miss? You dumbass. How are you missing everything? What is wrong with you? There, now you're hitting. About goddamn time, asshole. Alright, the Bloodbrute Behemoth massively fucked up this meme build for us. Because he missed Wurzeg like 3 times when I really needed him to hit. Scarbrand's trying to wander around. He's doing his best. Alright, now the Bloodbrute's getting some work done. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Swing at Wurzeg. There you go, big boy. There you go. One more hit will probably do it, huh? And you missed again. You fucking degenerate. Scarbrand run. Dude, hit him! What is wrong with you? Are you actually having a fucking stroke? Hit the fucking pigman! You idiot! Hit him! God damn it! What is wrong with you? Scarbrand, show him how it's done! Where are you going? What is wrong with you people? That's how you hit a stupid fucking pig bitch! Oh my god. There we go. Even rampaging Scarbrand was more accurate than you, Bloodbrute Behemoth. You worthless asshole. I'm sorry I had to get angry, but also at the same time, fuck you. Alright. Scarbrand's gonna die. There's a lot of black orcs. Rawr! Everybody rampage! Okay, that guy is dead. Scarbrand and the Bloodbrute are doing their best. We're trying to rally some of the boys. I don't think we can do this. We're gonna fucking try. Scarbrand keeps killing himself and then rallying and then killing himself. Yeah, there's like full health black orcs. We can't do this. We sniped Warzag, but I didn't have any armor piercing because I didn't expect like 10 million black orcs. Though maybe the Bloodbrute can do it. He's trying. I haven't gotten any of the Corn passive. Yeah, that's GG. Damn. The Bloodbrute let me down. Scarbrand also let me down. Scarbrand did pitifully bad. Bloodbrute did okay. Like, he missed a lot of very key, very important shots. But the larger problem was just, like, okay, yeah, we're memeing. Hooray, we're memeing. But, like, nothing in my build could touch Black Orcs at all. And then Orc Borbobiggins just got to slap stuff for free, but yeah. No armor piercing. You should have taken Corn Forsaken. Corn Forsaken also don't have armor piercing, so joke's on you, motherfucker. I would have had to take Bloodletters. Alright, where are we going? More Minos, more? That's a serious build. We were taking a meme build. Those are different concepts. Righty. Bootjalicious and Qualiduck's lobby just reappeared, so I'm guessing that their game is done one way or the other. Sego's just finished his game, so we'll probably catch Sego's versus the winner of Black Knight versus Central Scroot. I'm so sad how long... I'm still upset how long Where's Egg survived. Qualiduck prevailed over Boojilicious. Here is the bracket for reference right now. Tum King Sushapti Rush. Oh. Trying to start a new campaign but can't find a faction you're interested in. I usually like the base building factions, so like Empire. Empire's a good one. Skaven's a good one. I want to like the Vampire Coast campaign, but I find myself always giving up after like 20 turns. I don't know why that is. In theory, it should be good. And I think it is good. I think it's like definitely an issue on my end, not that the Vampire Coast campaign is like bad. Lizardmen can be fun, though I can't stop myself from just degenerating into getting 20 dinosaurs and running around killing everything in a blob. And that's my own fault. I love Scarbrand. He's cool. He's just too expensive for what he does. His AoE Rampage is nice, but then most of his buffs have like huge problems, one way or the other. Where are you, Corn? So like, buff 1, Fueled by Rage, plus 25% damage, but he has to be below half HP. Okay. Wrathful Reaper, plus 50% damage, but he rampages himself. Okay. And then Slaughtering Carnage, more damage based on each kill he gets. But Scarbrand himself is really good at killing, really bad at killing large amounts of units. He's a pretty good duelist. So it's like, Scarbrand's issue is he doesn't have any synergies. His one good ability is his AoE Rampage. Like, that's actually good. But even butt naked, he's 2,500 gold, which is just insane. Like, sure, he has all right stats, but 2,500 gold is so much for a giant melee lord that still dies super easily to, like, archers and shit. That's Scarbrand's main problem. If they made him, like, base cost 2,100 gold, this would be okay. Or if they made more of his stuff synergistic, he would be okay. But he's just, like, he's asynergistic and super expensive, which is just no bueno. The Bloodbrute Behemoth is super comparable, and it has self-regeneration. Which is fucked! He needs Gore Feast. I don't think I want more single entities with healing. We have plenty of healing in the game right now. I just like his kit to be more synergistic. No update on the bracket yet. Black Knight did advance to fight Segos. We could hop down there. I'll message Segos. Alright, I'll message Segos. Boop. Here's the bracket so far. John FB and Koala Duck waiting in the finals. Segos, Black Knight here. Father Ramsey and Phoenix King should be done soon. What would be ideal, would be great, is if Father Ramsey and Phoenix King finished. Whoever wins that goes and fights Koala Duck, but they do their picks and bans and builds and then wait for us as we watch Segos and Black Knight. Then whoever wins Segos and Black Knight, while we watch Koala Duck versus whoever, gets into a lobby with John FB, does their pick and bans, does their builds, and we get 3 games back to back to back. That would be sick. So I'm actually going to tell the players to just do that. Don't smoke, but it's 4:20 o'clock here. You go, bud. I have some wine, but thanks. Healing needs to be nerfed, yeah. That's fair. That's fair. It's not a bad take. It's just not how I would balance him. But I would prefer Gore Feast. I would prefer him getting Gore Feast to him getting nothing, right? So I think it is a positive change. It's just there's a different way I would hope for Scarbrand to go than getting healing at all. Yeah, and thank you for the 5, man. It's very much appreciated. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna message Koala. Koala. I don't know where Black Knight is. He might be hitting the blunt again. Corey Day, fair. Fair. I do hope they nerf healing across the board. I honestly would not be against them going back to flat values for healing instead of percentages. I think percentages was not thought out very well. When did Slanesh lose top tier status? A while ago. Before Chaos Dwarves. I think like in January. They were good in land battles before the nerfs, but they weren't OP. And then they got slammed into D tier. But they were OP in domination. And now they're shit in both. Yeah. Alright, Black Knight's here. Let's fucking see it! Sagos versus the Black Knight. The Knight wears the armor of darkness. Why have I been kicked out of Discord? Was that you? So I'm just getting DLC in about 4 months. They'll be OP then. Long bolt three, except that demonic disability is a problem. Yeah, that's a little brutal. Okay, it was nice knowing you. Knighthood, your Discord, isn't your Discord Knighthood? I have you in my Discord. Alright, well I can't message you either. It says I'm blocked, so... I don't know. If you were exiled, I thought you quit Warhammer 3. You messaged me like last week saying you were done with Warhammer 3 forever. I'm so fucking confused what's happening right now. Anyway, players just doing picks and bans. Both are still sitting on the same factions they joined with, though, so I don't think it's done yet. Who is holding up this goddamn pick and ban? My last new player tournament, I tried something to facilitate the pick and bans being faster. It was, I had everybody pre-declare their factions. And while that was awesome for pick and ban time, it went way down. Stuff was super fast. It was also not very competitive at all because so many people got stuck in like dog shit matchups. Like we saw Skaven Dwarves. We saw... Oh, there's some other really bad ones. Fuck. Why am I forgetting all the bad ones now? Skaven High Elves was a bad one. 4 High Elves. Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright. Sego switches to Tzeentch. Black Knight switches to High Elves, and they immediately ready up. Here we are. Maybe Thork Ironbrow will be taken off his throne by the new lord. I hope Thork gets nerfed, the other dwarf lords get buffs, and some of these people figure out their shit about balancing. Because if they get someone more overpowered than Thoric, and all of their other lords are still bad, like my precious Grombrindle, I'm going to be so mad. I love Grombrindle. His voice lines are funny. He was my first Dwarf Lord I ever played. Fucking love that guy. The White Dwarf. Burlock Gurnison. Who the fuck is that? Okay, so the Shadows of Change DLC had the potential to be toxic, but had the potential to be good. Because if you remember, Kislev was a meme faction before the DLC, and now they're very powerful. And then you're like, oh, Tzeentch Grand Cathay, they could fuck it up. And then they fucked it up. So the Shadows of Change was a terrible DLC overall. If you talk about Empire, Dwarves, and Nurgle, after the Shadows of Change, I am so nervous that they are going to destroy this game. Or they're just going to make a bunch of shit-tier awful decisions with some factions that have a lot of potential to be toxic. Like, they can be fun. I enjoy playing against Empire. I enjoy playing as Empire. But there's certain builds right now that are pretty unfun to deal with. Nurgle can be unfun for melee factions. For ranged factions, Nurgle's fine to deal with. And Dwarves can be unfun for a lot of different factions, depending on their weaknesses, and Chariots aren't very good right now. So man, if this next DLC is Shadows of Change level bad, oh god. I might be looking for a different game. Alright, I feel like Knighthood is having a conversation with just himself, but getting mad at me for it. I don't know what the fuck this is. But I do need to kind of focus on the stream now. I don't know why you blocked me on Discord, but that's so... okay. Okay. Can we all take a moment to appreciate Pharaoh's downfall? Yeah, that... Is it a downfall if you were never high up to begin with? It was more of a trip. Because it was already on ground level. It tripped and fell. Since they'll be adding units, what's one unit you want added to each faction DLC? For Dwarves, honestly, Rune Golems would be pretty cool. Toad Dragon, a lot of people talk about for Nurgle. I don't know a lot of Nurgle stuff, so I'll trust you on that. And for the Empire, I would like a Witch Hunter multi-entity model unit, like a Witch Hunter Brigade or something, and give it like stock 360 shooting with pistols, but then pretty good melee stats, magic damage, stuff like that. Anyway, for the builds. Black Knight is pretty famous for his high elf build. It's going to be largely the same, and it's going to be Imric on his dragon, some archers, probably 2 or 3 Illyrian Reavers, 2 or 3 Dragon Princes, and that is what we have here. Spearmen, archers, things like that. 2 Dragon Princes, one of which is the Fireborn, 2 Illyrian Reavers, Imric, and a Mage of Life. On the other side, for Tzeentch and Segos, we have the Shrieking Skyrays, a very, very good regiment of renown. Kairos Fate Weaver, Soul Grinder of Tzeentch, a Mutiled Vortex Beast, 2 Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, Blue Horrors, and Marauders. Ooh, and some Zongors. Fun, fun. Now I got the heart in chat too. What up, Phoenix King? Yeah, Phoenix King, I see you advanced to semifinals. Can you do pick and ban with Koala and then build your armies and then wait for the stream? That would be good. Illyrian Reaver is going to plow into some Zongors. Didn't talk about a lot of the early game. It's just Kairos blue fire kiting around for a little bit while the Soul Grinder also fired off random shots. Kairos is trying to kill some archers. And the melee is yet to come as Tzeentch is trying to kite away and let their Soul Grinder and Kairos get more and more damage out. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch charging into Spearmen. They can do this for as long as their heart's content and those shields hold. As soon as the shields fall away, they'll probably back off. It looks like they're going to back off before the shields even fall at all. Kairos lands, and he needs to be a little bit more careful about this. On the ground, he is slow enough that the Fireborn can actually catch up to him. And while they can't surround him at all, they can hold him in place long enough for Imric to get here. Also, Black Knight's forgotten his life caster, it appears. Archers firing it onto the blue horrors now, but I think the fate of Kairos is the fate of the game, as Imric is trying to hit him, and the Fireborn have got him at least pinned to the ground a little bit. Dragon Prince is charging back and forth, Archers firing in, the Mutilith Vortex Beast is going absolutely nuts, but again, really the fate of this game is on whether or not Kairos actually dies. He still hasn't taken very much damage at all. There, Imric gets a good charge attack on him, and his shields have almost fallen as the Fireborn keep him on the ground. His shields are gone! Overcasted Earthblood from across the map for this little lady. She does a quarter of her own health, trying to get rid of that. Imric is still trying to catch up to Kairos. The Mutilith Vortex Beast is charging some archers, killing them off. The High Elves are in bad shape so far. Not feeling good in the main fight. And Kairos takes off while in contact with the dragon, the Fireborn and Imric. I don't know what they changed in patch 4.0, but it feels like single entities can take off a lot easier while under attack. It used to be if anything was near you or touching you, you couldn't take off until you had like 10 seconds of freedom. Anyway, Blue Fire kills a bunch of archers in light armor. Chaos Knights are going to kill all of these archers. So out of Black Knight's 5 archers, only 1 is remotely safe, and there's a Mutilith on its ass. These other 3 are going to rout and then get chased off, most likely. In the background, Illyrian Reavers are distracting a Soul Grinder of Tzeentch. Blue Horrors, Marauders, and Zongors are chilling. And the High Elves are in big trouble. Big trouble. Balance of Power is only slightly Tzeentch favored, but I don't know. I guess Black Knight is way up on damage value, 1,500. It just doesn't feel that way. Ooh, that's where a lot of the value is coming from. These Chaos Knights somehow in the confusion got caught up in Spearmen, and they are very much caught, so they're actually taking a ton of damage. They couldn't get out of there before their shields recharged. Kairos probably needs to chuck a regrowth at those guys, and I imagine he will. He is coming back over this way. No, he's leaving. He's leaving. He says, fuck those Chaos Knights. The other Chaos Knights are also half HP. Those are the things going well for the High Elves. What's going poorly for the High Elves is Kairos ignored that entire snipe attempt, which is some hot bullshit, but whatever. We've talked about Kairos being bullshit enough, I guess. Or have we? For now, yes. Mutilith Vortex Beast is very healthy, Soul Grinder is very healthy, and has a lot of ammunition left. Those are the things going well for Tzeentch. Mutilith Vortex Beast currently surrounded by spears, getting shot by archers, and fighting Imric. That is just too many things for him. Mutilith Vortex Beast is quite weak to archer fire, so he's trying to get away from that, but he's already taken a significant amount of damage. He's going to need some form of bailing out. The Soul Grinder is now focusing on the Lifecaster. This is smart. High Elf Lifecasters are very hard to kill in melee, but at range, they're pretty squishy, and the Soul Grinder is excellent at hitting them. Imric realizes this. He also sees the regrowth coming in for the Mutilith Vortex Beast and decides, you know what, fuck this noise, and he's going to go kill the Soul Grinder. Actually, there was no regrowth from Mutilith Vortex Beast. That must have been on one of the High Elf units. And I misinterpreted it. PZA Total War and their viewers just joined to say hello. What up, PZA Total War? Hope you're doing well. Overcast regrowth onto the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, but an Imric Breath attack will cancel a lot of that healing out. Damn. Ryan McDonald. I started with Shogun 2. That was my intro. Love Shogun 2. Anyway, Fireborn still chilling. Kairos lands into them. Mutilith Vortex Beast has not gotten a regrowth yet, but some Chaos Knights did. Soul Grinder's trying to snipe out Imric. That'll be tough. It should probably finish off the mage before it does anything else. Tier 3 Tzeentch army ability in the distance. Just naked. No net required, as it is going to hit 3 infantry units and tickle some Dragon Princes on their way out, though they will be able to charge in the Marauders of Tzeentch. Still a pretty good Tier 3 army ability. I'm good. Just casting some late-night Warhammer games. Playing Sinesh and using Nakari taught me how frustrating it can be to fight Footlords. Yeah, Footlords are very difficult to kill right now. Another blue fire, this one trying to snipe out the Mage of Life. And if Kairos dove her right now, he could actually terror out her. There it is. There it is. We've been waiting for the Mutilith Vortex Beast for regrowth all game. We finally got it. It's overcast too, so he's going to go right back up to full HP. Bolt of Change tries to hit the Mage of Life. And the Soul Grinder's going to snipe her out right about now. Boop. 30 HP left. Doubt she's coming back. Yeah, she shatters outright. So the High Elves have no more healing for themselves. For Tzeentch, they still have a full health Soul Grinder, a now full health Mutilith Vortex Beast. Kairos is at half HP, but he can literally never die. Then we have some Zongors. And in the distance, we have a full health Zongor that was chasing something off and is now forgotten. I don't see how the High Elves win it. Fucking Kairos, man. Kairos can eat my ass. He was so caught out at the start of the game, and it just, like, didn't matter. He just sat in the Fireborn for, like, 3 minutes straight with Imrik charging him and all this stuff the whole time. Didn't care. Big breath attack from Imrik onto the Mutilith Vortex Beast. Gets a pretty good chunk out of it. There's nothing left. Soul Grinder has 2 shots left. Both of those are going on to Imrik. Any blue fires left will go on to Imrik. And once he takes enough damage, army losses will finish this game. We are lost, said one of the High Elves. I couldn't agree more. It was a valiant attempt, but welcome to Tzeentch. Jank healing and overpowered units equals pretty good faction. Imrik did his best. Dragon Princes struggled to get value. Archers also struggled to get value because they just got run down most of the game. Then High Elf Spears did okay. GG. GG. Do these guys have a code? Yes, there's the code. So we'll be hopping into the first of our semifinals. I need a spec slot. But these guys should be ready for us. So as soon as we hop in, we will be getting into game. And I will now message the other semifinal to wait for us. Looking forward to seeing Little Rat Paws tonight. Oh, dude, always. Every night is Rat Paws night. If Pharaoh was $20, I'd give it a go. Yeah, for my early access playing of Pharaoh, it was fine. It'd be a great game in 2015. In 2023, it's fine. There weren't a lot of strengths or weaknesses for it. It was just a game. But in a current atmosphere that has like a million games, it was very underwhelming for me. And a lot of it does come down to the age it's in. It's like, what can you do with just infantry, archers, and chariots? There wasn't a lot of unit type or diversity. Not a lot of cavalry or anything. So shit happens. But it wasn't terrible. My experience with Pharaoh wasn't like, wow, this game is egregiously bad. It's just... It's just fine. That's not really high praise. We loaded in pretty quick. It looks like we had Warriors of Chaos versus Chaos Dwarves. Glanced at the builds. I imagine Phoenix King is Warriors of Chaos, and I imagine that Koala is the Chaos Dwarves. He loves Chaos Dwarves, so he's probably playing them. Can they ever get unit diversity with Historical again now that we're used to Warhammer? You can't get as much as Warhammer, but like, let's do the whole list of unit types, and then I'll stop, and then I'll do what Warhammer has. But you have light infantry, heavy infantry, light cav, heavy cav, skirmish cav, siege engines, catapults, trebuchets, bolt throwers, Because, like, Rome had, like, bolt throwers, right? Like, literal Rome had bolt throwers. So those are things that existed. I said skirmish cav, didn't I? Light cav, heavy cav. I didn't... yeah, okay, I said that. Archers. And that's 7. So you have 7 unit types. And then cutoff. And then for fantasy, you have monstrous infantry, monsters cavalry. So that's 3 more. Oh, and chariots for both. So, like, once you're in medieval times, you have a little bit more you can do. I do agree with you. Historical is definitely more limited than, like, fantasy will ever be because of the nature of fantasy. But I think Pharaoh is too far back, where they shot themselves in the foot a little bit. And it's just like, yeah, war back then, not a lot was going on. Like, you don't even have horsemen. So flanking was just left up to, like, cavalry. And they could have gotten more creative with it. You could have done, like, sand warriors or something. Have, like, light armored infantry with stock and give them a pretty insane speed. And they can kind of fill that combat role as cavalry did, but they didn't really do that. Like, a lot of the infantry just kind of filled the same niche, and it's like, okay. So they didn't even... In my opinion, they didn't get creative with what they had. Spellcasters and flying creatures. Spellcasters is a huge one. You're right about that, Caleb. Yeah. I think you got me there. Like, I'm a Warhammer stan, so of course I'm going to be like, Warhammer is the fucking best. I love the fantasy setting. I've read fantasy books my entire life. I think fantasy is super great, so of course I'm on that team, but playing Devil's Advocate, because I enjoyed Shogun a lot. I felt like Shogun had a lot of stuff going on for it, because, like, katana infantry, as someone was saying it, Corey was saying it, like, katana infantry functioned so much differently than Yari infantry in Shogun 2, that they felt like 2 different units. But when I was playing Pharaoh, all my infantry felt the same. It was like, oh, you guys are line holders with varying amounts of damage. Okay. Whereas, like, katana infantry fucked up a front line. But then Yari infantry, like Yari Ashigaru or Yari Samurai, man, if they got under your lord or your general's little entourage, oof, instant dead. And Shogun 2 wasn't perfect, but I felt like it had enough. And then they had those monks. The monks you could get if you were the Uesugi. Those were sick. And there were shinobi if you had certain provinces. Yeah, I feel like Shogun had a really good diversity of units while not being ridiculous. Ryan McDonald, yeah, the books are pretty good. They're very, like, fun. I wouldn't call them technically great. You know, there's, like, plot holes and stuff, but they're very, very fun reads. I get the same enjoyment I do out of, like, comic books. And then if I want to sit down and read something super serious, some of the Warhammer stuff does that, but they're pretty loose with the IP, so not all of their books are super polished. Like, the Malice Darkblade books, up until the end times, are pretty polished. I didn't notice a lot of plot holes with those. Those were nice. Whereas Gotrek and Felix is just fucking silly. Anyway, the sides have been advancing, so we haven't talked too much about it, but let's get into this game, shall we? 2 Chaos Pharaoh Manticores, Archaon the Everchosen with Spirit Leech, and Purple Sun. Alright. Chaos Warriors with Great Weapons mixed with Marauders, 2 Armored Chaos Trolls, and 3 Chaos Knights. On the other side, we have a Purple Sun landing on Infernal Guard, 2 of those Infernal Guard, a Skullcracker, a front line of Chaos Dwarf Warriors, 2 Bull Centaur Renders, no, 1 Bull Centaur Render, 3 Hobgoblin Wolf Riders, and a Sorcerer Prophet of Death with Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna. The Purple Sun plus a Manticore diving in actually almost one-shots the Infernal Guard and already gets them routing. Meanwhile, we have a big Knight charge, but the Bale Taurus Breath Attack takes a lot of HP off those Chaos Knights, and now is diving in to try and terror out them, but I think they get ITP from being near Archaon, unless he didn't take any of his items that helped them out. Wow, Archaon, you're a dick. But yeah, here we are. Armored Trolls charging straight into the Dwarf Warriors, and the Skullcracker is popping out to say hello, knocks some people over, and continues on its way as it does. But the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch are crushing this Hobgoblin defensive area. The Infernal Guard Fire Guards are trying to help out the Bull Centaur Renders, who are doing an incredible job. Paired up with their Lord, they are just massacring these Chaos Knights, but the other flank is going to shit really fast. And the front line also isn't looking too good for the Chaos Dwarves. Now, Bull Centaur Renders, like we said, still crushing it. The Sorcerer Prophet of Death is very, very healthy, and Archaon's lost maybe a fifth of his HP, which he has no form of healing, so it is going to stick. Now, how's that Skullcracker doing? Since the nerfs, I have really liked the Chaos Dwarf trains. Like, they're still powerful, they're still scary, but they feel much more fair. They're still very good, though. And I think if that Skullcracker 1v1 the Manticore, it would whoop its ass, but with all the support nearby, the Skullcracker will have a much harder time. Archaon has almost finished off the Bull Centaur Renders, but the Bull Centaur Renders finished off all of his supporting Chaos Knights, and he might not want to fight with them anymore. He does have Marauder supporting him, that is something, but Bull Centaur Renders will do a lot more damage to him than he's expecting, and he's probably going to get Spirit Leech from this Sorcerer Prophet, who's also going to be casting Spirit Leech on him. And if Archaon countercasts his own Spirit Leech, he's just going to heal that guy. A rear charge from their rallying Chaos Knights will take out the Bull Centaur Renders and make this a much better situation for the Lord of the End Times. Infernal Guard holding on that backfield. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch and the Feral Manticore trying to get rid of them. They are technically halberd units, though, so they should trade up in their defense. Chaos Dwarves are up on the balance of power. Damage value is very even, but Chaos Dwarves also hold a slight lead there. This is a big moment for them, though, as this guy's getting his healing right now. No, he isn't getting his healing yet. Archaon hasn't cast a spell near him, so that makes me a little less confident. I thought he was taking all this damage while getting healed. Still taking a lot of damage, though, don't get me wrong. Archaon's popped Fight or Die, which gives all of his dudes some pretty insane stats. And this guy only has a melee defense of 40. He's down to half HP. I wonder if Phoenix King is intentionally not casting spells to not heal him. That would be kind of interesting. I actually don't know if it's worth it or not. I've never done the math on that. Skullcracker taking a lot of damage, and all of a sudden the Warriors of Chaos are in the lead. Sorcerer Prophet still getting slapped down by Archaon and friends. Another Spirit Leech out onto the Lord of the End Times. The Sorcerer Prophet is very much stuck in here. Manticores are chilling, still hunting down the Skullcracker. His Infernal Guard are poking around. Looks like they're trying to get free and actually fight back. The Chaos Dwarf Warriors are slowly winning the frontline fight, it seems, but the flanks just went entirely to Chaos. Chaos Knights overran that top area like we saw, and then they ended up eventually winning this one, sniping out the Chaos Lord of Death, the Chaos Prophet, Sorcerer Prophet, Dwarf Lord Chaos. Lord Chaos, Dwarf Lord. Sniping him out, almost killing him, and the Skullcracker plows through a little too late, tear outs off the Marauders, but he can't do anything to save the Sorcerer Prophet. And Archaon it looks like he intentionally never cast a spell, because I didn't see any spells coming out of him in that entire duel, and the guy's healing never popped. So he's probably going to throw a Spirit Leech on the Skullcracker rather soon. Infernal Guard are routing, and that just leaves two Chaos Dwarf Warriors and the Skullcracker try and carry this game. I don't think they can do it. We still have some Trolls, still have two Manticores, still have Archaon. And he even throws out a Purple Sun onto the Chaos Dwarf Warriors as they're retreating as a middle finger that will take Warriors of Chaos to the finals. Archaon has ridiculously good stats and he's a spellcaster. Archaon's great. I think Archaon is a great character, and I think he's very well balanced. Because he's super strong, but he is squishy if you fuck up with him. And he's really expensive. And I think that's, like, appropriate balance. Because, like, when you see Archaon, the Everchosen, you want him to be a fucking badass. You want him to slap some fools. You know what I mean? You don't want, like, oh, it's Archaon versus... Alberic de Bordalo. Who's gonna win? It's like, I kind of hope Archaon would win. Not gonna lie, just kind of hope Archaon would win. It's the Lord of the End Times. So, yeah, I would want Archaon to only lose to the best duelist in the game, and even then I'd want it to be super close. All right, that was one semifinals. We're on to the next already. Like I said, these players should be about done with their armies by now. They have that entire game to do their picks and bans and stuff. So we'll be getting into game very shortly for you all. Who will face the Phoenix King in finals? Is it Segos and the Lizard Men, or John FB on his Chaos Dwarf? Alright, they've readied up. Let's do this. Who's Queek fighting in the cover screen picture? Artorias from Dark Souls 3. My favorite Dark Souls character. Hey, Hot Fire Potato. Bwags! We love Bwags in this chat. Bwags is great. Sigos and John FB. I'm ready. Let's go. Who's the Artorias of Warhammer? Somebody asked me this once. If it was a nation, it would be Kislev in general, just sent to fight the evils of the world while everybody else does their own thing. And when they ask for help, they get a resounding no. And they tried valiantly, but they failed. A single character? Oxyotl. That's kind of Oxyotl. Like, he's out there doing his best. And he's like a super cool assassin, and Artorias is a knight, so it's a little different. But as far as like role goes, Oxyotl's role from the old ones is like, hey, go fight all of Chaos by yourself. Okay, thanks, bye. And he's like, he's doing his best, but he's just one little gecko, and a lot of Chaos gets by him. Okay, we're already in the game. Let's go. Ashkoth Iron Hand for John FB. Haven't seen him in a hot minute, but we do have Ash Storm and Cascading Fire Cloak for him. We have 2 Infernal Guard of Fireglaves, 1 Granite Guard, the Chaos Dwarf Blunderbuss Regiment of Renown. Then we have the Blazing Beards of Bosrock and an Infernal Ironsworn for some elite infantry, a front line of Chaos Dwarf Warriors, and a bunch of random Goblin Laborers scattered around. We also have a single Bull Centaur Under of Great Weapons. 4 Segos and the Lizard Men, 4 Feral Cold Ones, 2 Skink Skirmishers, 2 Skink Cohorts with Javelins, 2 without. We have a Feral Dread Saurian, a Salon Mage Priest of Life with Regrowth and Earthblood, 3 Ripperdactyl Riders, one of which is the Colossal Hunter Regiment of Renown, and a Salamander of the Ancient variety. The Kislev guy in the prologue, that does sound very Artorias-like, though I never played the prologue, so I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. Sounds like Alethanar, if only there was a lore video about him. Hey, Alethanar didn't get assigned to an unwinnable task. Alethanar was in a bad situation, and then when he got out of the bad situation, everyone around him offered to help him, and he said, no! No, I don't need you. I don't need any of you. I'm going to go do this my way. And then he ran off to do it his way. And whenever he regrouped with the other High Elves, they'd be like, hey, bro, you want to work together? He'd be like, no, I don't need you. I don't need any of you. I'm going to do this my way. That was not Artorias. Artorias is way cooler than Alethanar. Also, Artorias didn't fuck wolves in the woods while his army was being destroyed, because Artorias isn't an asshole. Alethanar is an asshole who fucks wolves. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the lore video. It's all in there. I'm not going to explain it to you. I don't have to. Anyway. Skink Skirmishers falling back from these Bull Centaur Renders with Great Weapons, who did try and catch them. They're getting a bit of damage, but as long as the Skink Skirmishers keep pathing away, they'll be firing backwards while they go, so they're getting a pretty good value trade. Long Paul Deri. It's not the favorite part of my day. The rest of the Lizardman army is falling back. They're just pretty happy with kiting out these Bull Centaur Renders for now. Artorias raises wolves. Then I would hope that the difference was abundantly clear. To be fair, Lethanar does real badass shit. He does. And arguably, I think if Boojilicious was still here, I think arguably Artorias didn't. Artorias failed in his mission. I love him anyway, but I'm not pretending he's better than he was. He does what to wolves? You heard me! And again, if you want an explanation, you can go watch the lore video. Anyway, Feral Dread Saurian tears straight through the front line. Now, it does not have that Dread Aversion -8 AoE leadership aura that the Regiment of Renown has. Nothing like that, but ooh, nasty catch in the back here. Infernal Guard with Fireglaves getting caught up in Ripperdactyls and Feral Cold Ones getting torn apart. These other Infernal Guard are going to fire over onto the Feral Dread Saurian, who is suppressed right now. Astrogoth is beating the shit out of him. Flammable has been popped. And the Granite Guard are getting to fire at point-blank range into the Dread Saurian, who just gets massacred. And Overcasted Regrowth is not going to help him at all as he gets pushed off the map. Ripperdactyl Riders are here to shut down the Granite Guard, though, and Feral Cold Ones are onto the Infernal Guard, but the Feral Dread Saurian has shattered entirely. Clostodon Hunters are isolating Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Skink Skirmishers are still running away from these Chaos Dwarves, who have still taken a lot of damage considering they're just fighting Skinks. So the only thing that's going well for the Chaos Dwarves was that pick on the Feral Dread Saurian. Everything else is kind of going to shit. Infernal Ironsworn fighting on the high ground. Blazing Beards of Balzarok fighting on the low ground. Only this Fireglaive is still online. Actually, the Blunderbusses managed to rally. Looks like Astrogoth and his Bull Centaur Renders got the Ripperdactyls off of them, so they're okay. A little bit of a central firing line has been made for the Chaos Dwarves. In the back line, an Ash Storm makes these Feral Cold Ones weak to... What the hell is going on over here? There it is. Now it's proccing on them. Ash Storm makes them weak to fire and slows them down a little bit. Blazing Beards will do slightly better here, I guess. Blazing Beards getting their shit together, trying to aim and fire over at these Feral Cold Ones, getting real good damage. And the Chaos Dwarves are trying to rally around this central point. Elsewhere, they're falling apart, though. Anybody that's not in the central point is, like, routing or close to it. That's a half-health Infernal Ironsworn. That might be difficult. Granite Guard taking a bunch of damage. Bull Centaur Render is still at half HP. I feel like they were at half HP at the start of this game due to all that skirmish, but since then they haven't taken, like, any damage at all. Segos is down on damage value. Bounce Power is slightly Chaos Dwarf leaning. And the last... No, second to last Ripperdactyl Rider does dive in onto the Infernal Guard. It is getting a regrowth right now. Is it Overcast or is it not? It's just regular. And oh, when the Bull Centaur Renders charge in, they just start getting smoked on HP. Oh, an Ancient Salamander still exists. Hello, little friend. You've done nothing. You've used most of your ammo doing nothing. Alright. When we're getting the Marathi lore video, we learned how she tamed her Pegasus. I despise Marathi with a passion. I think she's a bad character. I think she's bad for the series, and I hate her. That's how I feel. Blazing Beard's going to get a quick blasting charge throw onto these Feral Cold Ones, doing a lot of damage to them. Then a Bound Banishment tries to take them out. Looks like they're half attempting to dodge it, but doesn't really go their way. And it actually cooks them pretty darn good. Ripperdactyl's routing off. Like I said, these Bull Centaur Renders have just stopped taking damage like 50 years ago, so they're still as healthy as the day they were born. Clostodon Hunter's trying to rejoin the fight, but the Granite Guard are going to fuck them up. They might have wanted to wait for some healing, but they did not, and they are now all dead. They're just dead. They're entirely dead. Not even routing, straight up dead. It's looking all ogre for our friends the Lizardmen here. I don't know what they can do to win this game. There's still some Infernal Guard, there's still Infernal Ironsworn, there's still Chaos Dwarf Warrior Regiment around. Astrogoth is full HP, and there's the Centaur, Bull Centaur. I always do that, but they're like the same unit, so sue me. I don't see any killing power left in the Lizardman army. Their last Ripperdactyl is about to get a regrowth, but it might be at the sacrifice of your Slawn. So he's getting clipped by those little blunderbusses. That's a fat GG. Marathi never faces any consequences for action. Yeah, I don't like her. I know some people point out that like, that's the point. You're not supposed to like her. Cool. I don't like her, so. If they wanted to piss me off and every time she gets on the page, I just get irate and don't want to read anymore, then they fucking did it. But that's how I feel. Saw and Mage Priest moving up. Infernal Guard are just getting their shit back together so they can fire their little rifles in his big toad face. But when he routes, that's probably going to be army losses. So as soon as the little white flag appears above him, this game is over. There's the white flag, and this game is over. In AOS, she becomes a god. Of course she fucking does. Oh, I hate her. Oh. She's a bad character. She's just a bad character. Can you link the lore video later? Ooh, which one? Alethanar? Two things, Boags. One, no. Two, no. Your videos. Your channel. Alright. So we'll get into finals here. But if you go to my channel, there's playlists, lore videos, and there's all the lore videos here. Alethanar walks in with these two, and the lady on the throne goes like, "We could have died. Where were you?" Anyway, they all get to planning. So there's two different plans. One, Elloran, the eldest, wants to sit in Elandris in the woods to the Elarn. I hate this name. Hang on, I'm looking for it. Problem. It's fine. Alright, what are we doing? YouTube, why are you shitting your pants right now? Fine. And then he thinks about that very pretty princess that he loves. And he's like, you know, she'll probably die if I don't do anything. Got it. Dark Elves are having trouble pushing forward. Okay, we're getting close. Thanks so much for your time. Naked for 6 or 8 months. Nobody has a good time in there. They all just die. Here we go. So, I'm not going to go in there. I close the book. I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a little break. I drop about 10 pints of acid, trip my balls off, and I imagine going hunting with wolves, butt naked for 6 or 8 months, maybe even a year. Time isn't super clear there. I imagine all that hunting is super fun. I imagine murdering a symbol of my god. That sounds pretty cool. I imagine some nice cannibalism. Cannibalism's pretty cool. And then I dive to the bottom of a lake because a voice in my head told me to, and the talking wolves that I'm hanging out with tell me that there's something pretty down there. And then I get it, and I get a gauze cannon from the future, from the lake, and it's really cool. And I was like, man, that was a sweet acid trip. Anyway, back to reading about Alethanar. Oh wait, I didn't drop acid? All that happened to Alethanar? What? Yeah, so he meets up with talking wolves and he starts spooning them naked, and it's really fucked up. Later, Ryan. The best character? Yes. Yeah, that was a good video. All the lore videos are pretty good. All the lore videos are pretty good, if I don't say so myself. Alright, we have the Phoenix King. And then John FB will be joining in a second. Finals is a best of 3, which is why I got the little scorecard up. Quick Head Taker, the best character? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. All right, they're in. They're doing picks and bans. I'm going to grab a water. Burb. When's the next lore video coming? I'm reading The War of Vengeance right now. I'm only halfway through it. I've also just been busy. I already know the stories of Throg and the Red Duke, so I could technically do those. And I think my Patreon voted for the Red Duke. So I honestly just haven't sat down and worked on it. But yeah, I have to do the Red Duke soon. I've been traveling a lot. So this summer, I had to go to Ohio for a week to sell board games in July. Or was that June? I think that was June. I don't know. Fuck it. We had 3 weddings over the course of the summer. So it's 3 weekends. We were traveling to some god-awful place. August, I had a bunch of work stuff. Oh, and work's been nuts right now. Don't get me started on that. We had a Warhammer DLC I had to cover. Even though it was bad, I still had to cover it. I didn't know it was bad, and we were setting up for it. Then I had another board game convention the weekend after that DLC launched. But this fall, oh yeah, and then September, something happened in September where I was busy. It doesn't matter. October, I had a trip with my dad down to Tennessee, and then next week I have a trip with Grace out to Portland. But October after Portland, nothing. November, nothing. December, nothing except for Christmas later on. There, that's why I stood up. So we're going to be doing some good streams, man. We're going to be doing some streams. And if patch 4.1 ever comes out, we're going to be grinding. We're going to be streaming. We're going to be grinding. It's going to be good. Host more tournaments, host more events. But this summer was just crazy. And my job's been really crazy. It's been terrible. Favorite elf? Marathi? Dude, I hate Marathi. Fuck Marathi. Anyway. I started thinking about work and now I'm stressed. My job sucks right now. Things are going poorly. And that's just kind of life, you know. Everybody I've talked to, their jobs, you know, you have good weeks, you have bad weeks. But man, I am having a bad one. More like a bad couple months, and I had a good couple months before that, but it's tough. It's tough. If you sisters can be best elf, yeah, I'd consider them one. So if you haven't heard me talk about my job before, these guys are setting up behind the blocker. It looks like we have Zinch Empire for game 1. If you haven't heard me talk about my job, I'm a developer at the Mayo Clinic. The very short version that people like to give me shit for. Because I don't want to go into... It's not secret. It's just very technical. So what I talk about is an example. This is an example. It's not literally what I do. But the doctors come up to me and they say, hey, we read this really cool paper where you can turn carrots blue, and that would be super sick. Figure out how to do that. So then I take the paper that they read. I'm like, oh, okay, how do you make blue carrots? Because the doctors want this. The doctors at Mayo Clinic want to give their patients blue carrots. So I have to figure out how to make it a reality. So I read this paper. I read it. Okay, cool. I hit up the guys who did the paper and I go, hey, is it okay if I do the same thing you did for the Mayo Clinic? They go, sure, but give us a cut of any profits. Cool, sounds good. And then I do exactly what they said in the paper to make the carrots blue. And my carrots turn out green. And I'm like, huh, that's not correct. Okay, go back to the guys, email them and say, hey, I followed your paper exactly. We didn't get blue carrots, we got green. And I used acetonitrile in phase 1. Oh, well, we used methanol. Okay, but your paper says you used acetonitrile. Yeah, but that didn't work, so we used methanol. If you used methanol, why does your paper say you used acetonitrile? Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I used methanol. I still get a green carrot. Okay, hit them up. I used methanol. I still am not getting a blue carrot. Oh, well, in our paper, the carrot wasn't actually blue. It was more of a green. Okay, but why in the paper did you say you got a blue carrot? Well, we lied. Oh, okay, you lied. That's probably illegal, but it's not my problem. Go back to the doctors, hand them the paper, and say they lied. You can't make a blue carrot. It's green. And the doctors go, good job catching that this carrot can't be blue. But we still need a blue carrot, so figure that out. And I look at them and I'm like, no one has ever made a blue carrot. Like, this might be impossible. And they're like, well, the paper said that they had a blue carrot, so we want a blue carrot. Hold on, I'm getting messages about this game. What we doing for map? I don't know. So, like, you know, they're like, yeah, but we need a blue carrot, though. But, like, this might not be possible. One's never existed. And they go, oh, but the paper said it was blue. We want a blue one like the paper had. The paper never had one. We have proved it's a lie. Like, I have it in front of you that this never happened. It was false. Yeah, but the paper had a blue carrot, so we want one. Okay, we might not be able to make a blue one. So for the last 2 years, I've been trying to make a blue fucking carrot. And now here's the problem why I've been having a bad month. I made a blue carrot. I fucking did it. Okay? I was pretty excited. I made a blue carrot. And then they go, wow, we need to verify that you can make blue carrots over and over again the same exact way. And I go, sweet, I can do that. I make hundreds of blue carrots. I make thousands of blue carrots. Literally thousands of these fucking things. And I hand them to the doctors and I go, every time I put a carrot into this machine, do X, Y, and Z, it turns blue. And they go, great. The last step to our verification process, the literally last step before this can be done, my 2 years of work can be done, is we need to compare results with the original lab. And I'm like, the original lab, the one who just got green carrots? And they're like, no, they said in their paper we got blue. And I'm like, we've established this. They never did. They lied. It was illegal. They went out of business. Like, it's not real. And they go, just compare it with them. It'll be fine. Your results have been so great. I'm not doing what they're doing. We said fuck them 2 years ago. We stopped doing what they did 2 years ago. They suck at this. They're shitheads. And the doctor's like, just compare with them. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then I compare with them. And I hold up a blue carrot. And they hold up a green carrot. And the doctors go, we can't go live unless we match them. Why are we trying to match them? They lied. I don't know how to say this to you any different ways. They lied. It never happened. They went out of business. I did it. I did the impossible thing that you couldn't get done anywhere else. Why do we care what they think? And they're like, well, it has to be done like the paper. Fuck the paper. Nobody cares about the paper. The paper's been debunked. It got debunked 1.5 years ago by somebody else who's not me. Nobody cares about this paper. Nobody. And it's just like just bashing my head into a fucking wall. And I need to go into the meeting. And I present on Tuesday. I'm going to present to these doctors. I've emailed them privately. And I've been like, hey, we got a blue carrot like you wanted, but Zora got a green carrot because they always have, because they've never been able to make a blue one. And the doctors were like, that's really troubling. Let's ask Zora what they think. And I'm like, why? And they go in, they email Zora and they go, hey, I hear you guys lied. And Zora said, well, we didn't. No follow-up. And the doctors come back to me and they're like, they say they didn't. And I'm like, then show me their fucking blue carrot. Show it to me. Fucking pull it out then. Where is it? Where is this supposed blue carrot? I have thousands in the fridge. They're all right here. I have all of them. Where's yours? And Zora's like, we can't, you see, she ball. We have 10,000 green carrots. We can't find the blue one in here. There's too many. And I'm like, well, then fuck them. Then fuck them. Until they actually show you one. Why do we care what they think? But we do care what they think. And it's stressful. And it's annoying. And I'm in trouble
until this other company copies what I already did. So that's why I've been having a bad month. All right, Zinch is ready. The Empire is thinking about it. So what's your specific discipline out of curiosity? I am a development tech for mass spectrometry for the Mayo Clinic. So I work with mass spectrometers, which if you don't know what it is, a mass spectrometer is if you take sugar. You can take anything, but let's just say sugars. You take a sugar, you run it through this machine, and the machine hits it with a ton of energy and blasts it into a million pieces. And you're looking for a specific piece, like a conjugate on the sugar that only that sugar would have in the sample you injected. And you count up how many there are, and the main machine says, in the amount of liquid you put through me, there's this concentration of sugar. And you might be like, why is that helpful? If someone pees into a cup, because I work at a hospital, right? If someone pees into a cup, or there's a vial of their blood, and you're like, I want to know how much iron is in this, or I want to know how much sugar is in this, or I want to know how much chemotherapy drug is in this, you can't tell that by just looking at a vial of urine. So you can take a portion of that urine, put it in the machine, and the machine can say, in that portion, there was this much. And then if you need the total amount, you can just times that by the amount that's still in the tube, right? So if you took 100th of it, you would times it by 100. Or if you're just looking for the concentration will be same everywhere, so you know what someone's concentration of iron is in their blood. So it's a machine that determines the concentrations of liquid in a thing, as long as you can tell it what it's looking for. So that's what I do. Make your own Met lab, your Smurfs carrot lab. Have you shared this blue carrot analogy with your coworkers? I have not. I have not. I just talked to my coworkers about the real thing because they work with similar stuff, so I don't need to paraphrase. Because it's not interesting to do that. Take that same rant, but instead of blue and green carrots, I'm talking about a 7 analyte crystal structure. So I'm talking about ceramides like 16.0, 18.1 is one of 7 things. So you're actually making or tweaking hardware? I tweak hardware, but I mostly work with, well, okay, I do a lot of mass spec stuff. Yeah, it's about 50-50 working on hardware and then like working on urine allocation. So like one thing I've been working on recently is I have an assay that actually is sugars, which is why I brought that up. I work on 2 tests right now. The other one's easier to explain than my ceramides one, but the other one's going okay. So the sugars assay I have is called leaky gut. And it's a test where they give you a shake with some sugars that aren't made in your body. Like you don't find them in the natural world. They're made up. So they know that these sugars didn't come from, like, I had a donut before I showed up to the doctor's office. Boom, results are fucked. So these are like sugars that are only there when they give you this shake. You drink the shake. About 10 minutes later, you pee into a cup. 2 hours later, you pee into a cup. No, wait, sorry. It's 0 to 2 hours, so my bad. Anywhere in the next 2 hours, you pee into a cup. From 2 to 8 hours, you pee in a cup. And from 8 to 24 hours, you pee in a cup. So you have 3 cups. Now, in a normal functioning human, in the first 2 hours, there should be no special sugars in there because your body takes longer than that to process these sugars. So you should have nothing. In the 8 to 24 hours, all of it should be there. And the last time slot, there shouldn't be any in there. In a normal, healthy human, anything you put in your body should leave it within 8 hours. So what this test does is if someone has like an ulcer or like a literal hole in their stomach, if you drink the shake, some of it will leak into your lower intestine and get to your bladder a lot quicker and then be expelled in those first 2 hours. So if you have a hole in your gut, you'll be in that first time point. If you're having bladder retention issues, like your bladder doesn't empty completely, you'll be in that last time frame. So it's a test that tests for those two things. Problems with emptying your bladder and a literal hole in your stomach. We call it leaky gut, so I work on sugars. Well, we had a method to separate them out. I had a method to identify all the sugars. Everything was going great, but we had a ton of salt buildup in our machine, which was going to damage the machine in the long term. And half of my job is making this economical or like repeatable and safe and stuff. It's like finding the stuff is half the job, but then making it cheap and easy to do is difficult. So I had some meetings with some companies who had various products they thought they could offer. I tried a couple of them. Some of them worked, some didn't. And I'm running the sugars through a pressure plate right now where you apply pressure on it and you force the urine through this like filter. And the filter is like a tiny maze, and the holes are too small for the big sugars molecule to get through. But salts and other random crap I don't want going into my instrument are small enough to get through there. So you put it under an intense pressure, and it shoves that liquid through there, and all the sugars get left on top as like this weird snow. It looks like a mini snow field. And then I put heated water on top of it, because sugars very easily dissolve in water, and the heat is to get that matrix I'm pushing it through to open up and to make the holes bigger as it expands, and then the holes are big enough for the sugar to go through. So I put it through while it's cold, the sugars get left on top, everything else goes through to the bottom, and then I switch out what's underneath it, and I actually want that one heated up, sugars go straight through, I put that in the machine, and that's actually running right now. I'm going in tomorrow morning at 7 to check to see if I'm still having those issues with the mass spec probe, with the buildup, because we theoretically shouldn't. But yeah. A Marathi lore video make you feel better. Yeah. All right. Enough about my job. Enough about my job. I'm back. Sealable bag with the $50. Blue Carrot found cool stuff you're working on. I'm long out of the research game. I'm now a corporate tech slave, but I used to be an RA for a lab working on chemo drugs. Study replicability was a huge problem. I think it's rampant across all fields. I unfortunately am finding that out too. That in science it is very sexy to discover something, and it is not sexy to make sure you discovered it. But thank you so much for the donation, man. That really means a lot. All right, what do we got? For the Phoenix King and Tzeentch, we have the Blue Scribes, which are having a tough time. They have Skitter Leap popped onto themselves, so they are now unspottable. Though they don't have Snipe, so their auto-firing thing actually just makes them spottable this whole time, which is very funny to me. We have 3 Screamers, one of which is the Screaming Skyrays. We have the Herald of Tzeentch with Blue Fire and then Mana Regen. Zongors and Marauders, and then a bunch of blue and pink horrors. On the other side, for the Empire, we have Spearman, Swordsman, Sterlin's Revenge, and the Silver Bullets, Handgunner, ROR, and the Free Company Militia ROR, 2 Huntsmen, 2 Hellblaster Volley Guns, the Hammer of the Witches, Great Cannon ROR, 2 Empire Knights, and I think I mentioned Marcus Wolfheart, and a Light Wizard with a net. Herald of Tzeentch is netted straight in front of the Hellblaster Volley Guns and the Silver Bullets, which means that Herald of Tzeentch is dead as hell. And John FB and the Empire up to a 4,000 damage value lead. And something's getting cast right here. It's a Flames of Azergoth. Huh, the Castor spell you don't see a lot of. It did decent damage. But the Herald of Tzeentch is dead. The Lord of this army. Blue Scribes have taken a ton of damage. This is looking like a quick one. Chromatic Abominations trying to advance. They're getting shot by Hellblasters the entire time. Taking big damage. Screaming Skyrays. One more volley from this Free Company Militia, and they're gonna Demonic Instability crumble for sure. Say goodbye to them. Bounce power is danger low for Tzeentch already. 6,300 damage value to 1,100. Net of Amnitok popped on another Mantis. What are you guys called? Screamer of Tzeentch, that's what you are. Blue Scribes clinging to their leadership, but not feeling great. Not feeling great at all. There's the demonic instability crumbling. They will be taken down. Damage value is 7,300 for the Forces of the Empire, 1,500 for Tzeentch. And I think that is the end of that. Silver Bullets are going to fire at these guys once again. Maybe even get them to crumble. That's just GG. That is just G to the G. Zongors will try and shut down the Hammer of the Witches. Now, to be fair, when you have 2 Hellblaster volley guns, a cannon, and 2 very expensive Regiment of Renowned shooters, sure, if they get shut down, you'll get a lot of balance of power back, but I mean, we are in Army Loss's territory so fast. Another net onto these Zongors, and that should be Army Losses as soon as these guys rout. GG. Tzeentch planned this loss? Hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah. Phoenix King trolled me. Alright. Tzeentch not going to get a lot of value. The Blue Scribes meme was strong. Blue Scribes meme was not effective. The meme game was on point, though. Never gonna give you up. Yeah, I got trolled. I got trolled and rickrolled. Never gonna turn around. I think you have to turn around at some point. Unless you live your whole life just going straight forward. You're going through the grocery store and you pass by what you need and you're like, ah shit. Guess I can't turn around. I have to go straight. And, like, hope the store is circular. And if it isn't, you need to go to a different store because you can't turn around. And hurt Yoi. Who the fuck is Yoi? Don't hurt Yoi. Leithanar would never turn around. He wouldn't. It's true. Long Paul, I like that a lot. That's really good. The Astley Paradox. When you ask to borrow a copy of that Pixar Balloon House movie, he can neither give you up, but neither can he let you down. I think that's when he gives you John Wick 4. And then he didn't give you up, but he didn't let you down either, because that movie bangs. The movie's so good. It's silly, but it's very good. When he falls down the stairs, if you haven't seen the movie, then that's not a spoiler for you, but if you have seen the movie, so fucking funny. When he falls down the stairs, it's so good. Queek's Rack looking pretty barren in that blocker. Yeah. He's acquiring more. Phoenix King swaps over to Warriors of Chaos. John FB swapped to Zinch, but I'm not sure if he's just looking at something or if he's actually building an army. Because he switched to Zinch real fast out the gate, so I'm not sure if... Okay, oh, they're doing the picks in a public channel, I can see. John FB picks Skaven, Greenskins, and Ogre Kingdoms, bans Grand Cathay and Dwarves. Phoenix King picks Warriors of Chaos, bans Ogres. John FB picks Skaven. So it's Warriors of Chaos versus Skaven. I have a build I like here, but this is playable by the Skaven for sure. You do any Warhammer tabletop? No. No. I don't have enough patience for it. I play a lot of board games, but not like tabletop army fighters. My friend had a Rune Wars tabletop army fighter, and I got too tilted. I got too tilted, man. We had this one time we were fighting, and I flanked his archers with some heavy cav, and I ran into him. I got a rear charge, so I got like double dice. And I shit you not, I had double dice on a charge with cavalry. And if you know tabletop, okay. So I'm good, right? I'm good. We're set. I rolled 12 dice. I did 2 damage. I did 2 damage. 2 with 12 dice. Each dice has a potential of doing 0 to 3 damage. I had 12 of them. I did 2 damage. I immediately FF'd, and we had spent an hour and a half setting up the game, and that was on turn 3. So he was like, bro, don't FF. And I was like, fine, we'll play it out. And his archers turned around and fought me. They have 3 dice. They did 5 damage. I said, I'm done. I said, fuck this game. This game sucks. He says, bro, don't surrender. And we just set this up. I'm like, fine. My lord gets into a duel with his lord. His lord is an elven mage. She costs half as much as mine. She is a mage. She offers support. I have Krell. It's pretty much Krell from Warhammer, if you know Krell. He swings at her. I used a special ability of his. That gave me 2 damage. I rolled 8 dice. I did 2 damage. Does that include the 2 damage I got because I used an ability and I didn't have to roll dice for it? Yes, it does. Wait, you rolled 8 blank dice? Yes, I did. In the same game as you rear charged? Yep, same game. In the same... Yeah, I know! I was there! Stop rubbing it in. It was a bad fucking time. And I said, I hate this game. And he said, nah, dude, don't surrender. I'm like, all right. And then he swung back. He rolls 2 dice. He did 6 damage. You might be like, wait, you said each dice has a scale of 0 to 3. I did. That, he would have to get 3 on both dice. He did. But that's not... I know it's not likely. I was there. And I said, fuck this game. I'm out. And he said, at this point, I understand. Do you want to play Small World? And I said, sure. And we played Small World, and it was great. Fucking love Small World. The best strategy, if you know what Small World is, the best strategy is skeleton merchants. Skeleton merchants are lit. You get a victory point for every skeleton you have. I think it's every 2. But every skeleton or every 2 skeletons you have. And you get more skeletons for killing stuff. It's the only race and the only combination of races in that game that you don't want to abandon. So I get skeletons at the start. I stay skeletons for the whole time. I build up a massive army. I'm getting a bunch of wealth. And I always get second. I never win, but I always get second out of like 4. So, it's fine. But everyone else is like playing the game correctly. And if you don't know how to play Small World, TLDR, it's a burst game. So you want to like hop out with like a civilization, settle a bunch of stuff really quickly, and then as soon as your empire starts to topple, you abandon them and get a different empire that's on the rise. But as my skeletons, I never abandon them. I ride it out the whole game. And everyone's like, that's not how you play the game.
And I'm like, it's how I play the game. Using the term FF is making me think of League of Legends. I've done some League of Legends streams. I used to play a ton before I found out Warhammer existed. And then now I play casually sometimes, but yeah, we did some streams with Platty. It was a good time. Hot fired potato? That sounds actually really cool. There was a combo once. I think it was like Fortress Trolls? Fortress Giants? I don't remember. But it was these people where they got bonuses if they settled in mountains. And then their racial trait was they set up fortresses wherever they were that were harder to assault. So you got debuffs for trying to attack them in mountains, and you got debuffs for trying to attack their fortresses. And my friend got them, and it sounds really OP, and he was like, ah, yes, I set it all in these mountains. You can never defeat me. And the mood of the room was cool. And everyone ignored him. And he's like, hey, somebody come and die in my mountain. And we all were like, no. That was our counterplay. Just like, don't. And he sat up there for a bit. He sat up there for like 2 turns and he was like, well, this sucks, and switched races. But it was really funny, where his stuff was so synergistic that there was no reason to attack him. So he couldn't, like, do anything. He just sat in his mountains being invincible. But he wasn't generating any resources. It took a while your runes sealable bag? Yeah, League's still fun. Like, the mechanics are fun, the champions are fun. I struggled with the team aspect because I'm a fucking rager, and I've gotten better in the last couple of years, but I hate losing, and I am a rager. I know that. So League was so annoying for me because it's like, I'm playing good. Oh, some fucking degenerate just feeding his ass off in bot lane. Okay, we lose, and it's not my fault. Okay, feels good. Are there things you could do better in that game? Yeah. Is there anything I could do about a 0-12 Twitch in my bot lane? Fucking no. And then that's where I tilt off the face of the earth. And so people are like, oh, just play better. Literally, how can I stop this Twitch from running it the fuck down? Like, it just tilted me so hard. So at least Warhammer, it's 1v1, so I don't have to worry about it. Skaven Warriors of Chaos. And we have the Soul of Damnation Hell Cannon, which my buddy Lenorm used, and it was trash. And then I watched a replay recently I was casting for the channel that's not out yet. Where the Hell Cannon actually did pretty alright. So I don't know what to think of that thing right now. I don't know. Hell Cannon versus Ikit Zap Zap. I would definitely bet on Ikit Zap Zap. For the Skaven, we have Ikit Zap Zap, a bunch of Clan Rats, and Skaven Slaves. No, just Clan Rats. Clan Rats all around. 2 Poison Globes, Natty Boobo Sharpshooters, Rat Ogres, and then a Gutter Runner with Poison, a regular Gutter Runner, and a Night Runner. And there's a hole in this front line, so I'm not really sure what we're doing there. We also have a Warlock Master on foot with Howling Warp Gale, Warp Lightning, and Brass Orb. And then a Plague Priest with Summon and Wither. That is a lot of spells. Are you sure that was Twitch and not Tretch on your bot lane? I'm pretty sure. The Hell Cannon is trying to hide from the Warp Lightning Cannon. It already failed. It died. Rip Soul of Damnation. For the rest of this build, we have Marauders, Marauders of Corn, some Marauders of Tzeentch with Spears. We have a Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, Kolek Sun Eater, 2 Chaos Feral Manticores, and 4 Skirmish Cavs, Summer Horsemen, Summer Horse Masters. Be Faker. I was not Faker. I was not good enough. Yeah, I'm just saying it's a frustrating way to lose. Even if there are things I could have done better, I just got tilted. I liked Warhammer a little bit more, where it's like, okay, at least when I lose, it is 99% my fault, and when I win, I can at least feel good. All right, Chaos Feral Manticore got netted, Gutter Runnered, and then rampaged and continued to get Gutter Runnered and is now pushed off the map. It is a very rough start for Chaos yet again. There is another Howling Warp Gale. This one is overcast to keep the Feral Manticore off of the Natty Boobo Sharpshooters. Gutter Runners are sprinting back to get underneath it.
And a Clan Rat Summon comes out to plug the hole in the Skaven defenses. Martyr Horsemen are going to get tied up on that. I think we might be onto another short game here, as Ikid Zap Zap is keeping Chaos Sorcerer of Fire under pressure and resetting his cooldowns. Manticore is just about to rampage. Just about. There's the rampage that's going to land in Spears and Rat Ogres and probably die. Poisonwood Globe got way outside the formation somehow, but the Skirmish Cav were not able to punish it. Now there are Rat Ogres defending that area. Colexander's coming in. I think that's his Storm thingy. Does decent little damage to these Night Runners. And Warlock Master's getting knocked around by Kolek for now. Loses a fifth of his HP with each shot. But speaking of fifth of your HP, the Chaos Sorcerer's down to that much. And another... Ooh, that's a Wither on the Chaos Fire Manticore. Bring him down to 15 armor while he's in these spears. Brutal. Card. Long Palderia, I like that. That was pretty good. Phoenix King flew too close to the memes. Yeah, probably. I mean, I took Scarbrand and fucking lost, so he's in good company. Memers that got destroyed by John FB. John FB, destroyer of memers. Though he himself can actually meme quite a bit. He has some pretty funky meme builds out there. Like Double Charybdis. The unironic Double Charybdis of Legend. That was nasty. Overcasted Wither onto Colexonia, bringing him down to 35 armor as Gutter Runners and Night Runners just shred him. That's looking like GG, man. That is that. That is that. Let me send out a message. Real quick here. I have nothing left to say. I love these globes that are outside the box, just wandering. They were... Let me use a paintbrush. They came here, and then ran all the way over here, and now they're just chilling. Kolek's still giving it hell, but he is having a very rough time hitting that Warlock Master. It's brutal. Let's see the Hell Cannon value. 150. Classic. All right, we have one more best of 3 before you all scuttle out of here. Hold on. Hold on. Not a lot of value here. Nothing to see here. Just look away, children. Just look away. Skirmish Cav did all right. Everything else struggled super hard. Skaven build, Ikid Zap Zap did fantastic. Globes did pretty well. Gutter Runners, Night Runners did super great. And Clan Rats held. GG. GG. So, that is the tournament. John FB is the winner. Congratulations, sir. I now have to fight Gojira for a different thing. So, if you care, you can hang around. If not, if you were just here for the Friday Night Fights tournament, be gone with you. I don't want to talk to you ever again. But yeah, in a different tournament, I have to play against Gojira for a spot in playoffs of a different thing. Best of 3, same rules to determine who goes forward. Okay, what are those rules? I'll look while I wait for Gojira to respond. First player picks 1, bans 3. Player 2... What the fuck? Picks 3, bans 1. Oh, okay. Okay, so sorry. Pick 3, ban 1. Removes 1 of the 3. Okay. No global bans. Gotcha. Did Umbrella give us maps?
Alright, host the battle. Rat. I asked Umbrella what the maps are. Alright. Shagastrand, Ash Plains, Knights Run. Alright. I knew I would be tryharding after the tournament, which is why I was memeing in the tournament, but I will be playing seriously for this best of 3. Because I missed out on some of the qualifiers. And the 1 or 2 times I did make it, I lost, so it would be nice to still qualify for this thing with a tiebreaker. Human by ETH. Oh no. The nameplates are being all fucky. I hate when this software thinks it knows better than you, where it's like, no, I know how to center things. No, you don't. Gojira! Later, sealable bag. Has anyone heard anything or saying anything about Lords of the Fallen? I swore there was a different game called Lords of the Fallen that came out, and now there's another one? I don't know what that is. Okay, so... Pick 3, ban 1. I can do that. Pick 3 on Shagworth Strand. Okay, I know what map this is. For my try-hard picks, I usually go Skaven. And then let's do Skaven, Greenskins, and... I probably should throw one of the OP factions in there. Grand Cathay. Ban... Grand Cathay? Yeah. Skaven, Greenskins, Grand Cathay, ban Grand Cathay. And then hopefully he'll ban Grand Cathay. And I have my 2 current most practiced factions to pick from. So Grand Cathay is kind of a bait. If he leaves it open, I can play it. But I'm not as practiced on it as Skaven or Greenskins. I just wanted to throw out an OP faction to get him to ban it. Anyone trying the Realm of Ruin beta? I don't know what that is. Wood Elves ban Grand Cathay. Perfect. Exactly kind of... I mean, I didn't know he would pick Wood Elves, but I did want him to ban Grand Cathay. Let's do Skaven, because it's a best of 3, and everybody knows I love Skaven, so in his pick 3, he might just ban them if I don't pick him in game 1, and then I just don't get to play him. And they're by far my best faction. So Wood Elves Skaven, huh? This matchup's a lot better in game 3 than it was in game 2, but it's still tricky at times. Now my only problem is the big bastards. What about trees? Let's get rid of you. Some of those.
That could help me. 700 gold left. Ooh, I don't have one of those. I need one of those. Fuck. Alright, how much are you going to cost me? I need 850 gold back. This is ridiculous. Got one of those. Get 3 of you. Alright, it's looking alright. AOA's coming out that they had in beta recently, kind of Dawn of War 2, but Age of Sigmar. Interesting. Thinking about it, this build isn't the best. If he hard kites me, which I haven't seen what Elves do in a long time, but if he hard kites me, this is actually a pretty bad build. I should have brought some Giselles. I was focusing too hard on what happens if he rushes me. Yeah. Dawn of War 3 was a game that never should come out. Yeah, I never played Dawn of War 2, so I wasn't there for the nostalgia. And a lot of people were excited for Dawn of War 3, and then a lot of people got very unexcited for Dawn of War 3 super quickly. But I was never there for the nostalgia, so I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, this is a game. Alright. So, this build could use a Giselle or two to be a little more robust against getting kited. At this point, if I get kited, we'll just have to play super carefully and let slaves eat the damage. Okay. We have 2 Plague Monks to help clear out Dryads or War Dancers. We have Eshin Triads to help kill Treekin or Durthu or an Ancient Tree Man. Those are some decent things in this matchup, honestly. 3 Globes deal with Cav, Infantry, I guess Archers, but Archers can mostly run away. If he does go with Hard Kite, I guess we have 2 Rat Ogres. I mean, 4 Rat Ogres, 2 Dogs, and a Packmaster. So we have some decent rundown potential, but it's not great. Yeah, it's not great. I don't know where I'd get the money back for Giselles. Maybe sell the Triads. Triads 1 Globe, get a Giselle or 2. That would be 2. Yeah, I could get 2 Giselles if you did that. That'd probably be better. Maybe cut some Rat Ogres too. Though they are really good, so it's hard to actually justify cutting them. Yeah, not you guys. Triads will be separate. I don't know if the Plague Monks are super worth it. We'll see. I've been really liking them in a lot of matchups, but I guess maybe not Wood Elves. How much armor do Dryads have? I think that's the big question. If Dryads have a shit ton of armor, then yeah, the Plague Monks are a waste of time, but if Dryads don't, then that's actually pretty pog. I'm going to pull my Plague Monks into the center so they can help me win the center fight, and then I'll have just more slaves on the sides. Because I bet this globe isn't going to have time to throw in the middle a bunch. It's probably going to have to be diverted to the sides. Once again, I memed around in the tournament a little bit. This is serious mode, so if I lose, no excuses, no bullshit. Dryads have 60 armor. Plague Monks will be okay there, but not ideal. Yeah, I'd probably cut the Plague Monks then. Probably cut the Plague Monks. Alright, do you guys have guard mode on? Yeah, you do. Great. Glade Guard, Starfire Shafts, Wild Riders, Eternal Guard, and the Sisters of Twilight. A pretty standard build, which I'm happy to see, because at this point I would have seen Triple Way Watcher by now. I'll keep an eye on my minimap, make sure no one's sneaking up on me, but not seeing it so far. Alright, Plague Monks want to go find themselves some Eternal Guard to duel with. That's really all they want. We'll have some Skaven slaves walk menacingly up to their archers. Sisters of Twilight, I'm going to do what I've done with them in all of Game 3, and that is ignore them entirely. Pretend they don't exist like it's my goddamn job. Still don't see anybody on the map behind me. I know you guys can't see the map because it's, behind my camera, but I am looking at it every so often.
Oh no, my Skaven slaves are taking damage. Sisters are killing one of my globes, which happens. Alright. Party time. You guys go get that Wild Rider. You guys go get the other one that's probably going to countercharge at the same time. Globes get over here. Let's pop this bell to try and keep some people in the fight. And Packmaster arbitrarily go join that side. What are those Way Watchers in the back? Alright. Okay, you guys are going to try and get onto the back line. You guys are onto the back line, but I need my archers. I need my guys to do some other stuff with those. Okay, wait. Don't throw globes at your own dogs. Okay, you guys have almost routed that. Plague Monks are doing great. And we are now on to the Way Watchers. So the dogs are rampaging straight through there, which is fucking great. Killing these Wild Riders. Let's get the dogs over there real quick. Sisters are still being annoying. Howling Warp Gale, keep that eagle in the sky where he belongs. Don't let him down yet. Because I'm busy. Right, Rat Ogres have caught that thing. Archers are doing great. Turn you guys over there before those Plague Monks realize what's up. I'm going to throw the Bound Scorch down there, because my Plague Monks are taking a little longer to get through those guys than I would want. We've overrun the backline pretty well. I'm still ignoring this entirely. Just fucking, I don't give a shit about them. Nice terror out, but we don't care. Plague Monks, come back and kill this lady if she doesn't leave my globes alone, but otherwise, keep doing what you're doing. I'll throw a Warp Lightning back there. We're running down a lot of stuff. We'll get over there and deal with it. Rat Ogres are dealing with this just fine. We got them on the run. We mostly ignored the Sisters of Twilight. I globed my own Plague Monks a little bit, which sometimes that's just good business. So said the best Pirates of the Caribbean character. I don't want this Great Eagle supporting anybody to do anything. I really like my Plague Monks killing that lady right now, so I don't want the Great Eagle to come down and say hello. Globes, make sure those Wild Riders don't rejoin the fight. Rat Ogres, do your best to ignore the Sisters of Twilight. They know it's hard because they're kind of like eating you, and that's like a whole thing in your culture. But yeah, we're chilling. Packmaster's around. I kind of lost. I lost him in the sauce. They're doing an alright job of securing their back line, which is bad for me. So I just need to kill some stuff real fast. Globes are routing that off. Packmaster will take a fight for just a hot second. Plague Monks. I should try. Can try and get that eagle. That is gonna rout my guys. God damn it. You guys are running off Wild Riders. That's okay, but not the best use of your time. Giving him damage resist and leadership. Where's my Grace here? Oh, we're following this lady off. That's an excellent use of our time. If she's on foot, it actually explains a lot, though. Alright. This hurts a lot, so my Packmaster's gonna need to scurry. Alright, he's routing. Fuck. Whatever. How's killing that one random-ass lady going? Pretty good? You're all just running around in circles? That sounds unfortunately like you. Okay, Packmaster's back. I'm just gonna let him heal, because I just want to trigger army losses, so if he heals up nice and good-like, then that'd be great. And I'm gonna keep shattering stuff again to get rid of them just for army losses' sake. Alright, goodbye, what else? We're actually pretty even on the damage value, but rip. Rip. It was a little spooky for a second. I definitely should have had Giselles instead of Plague Monks. But we got through it. Sisters of Twilight did alright. I mostly just ignored them. Way Watchers, one of them did really well. The other one struggled. Archers did fine. Eternal Guard got wrecked. Happy Friday? Happy Friday indeed. I'll give myself a point. Gotta fill up the next map. Ash Plains is the next map, and now he has to pick stuff. I know we talked about it in game, but in review, if you actually care. In this matchup, we determined I don't need these. I still kind of like the Eshin Triads. This would probably be better. Keep one Triad in case of like Durthu or Treekin, because you can sunder their armor. The Rat Ogres are nice because they're kind of hybrid. They stop Cav, but also you can run down enemy archers. Wolf Rats are fine. I'd leave all this the same. I guess you don't have a 20 stack, but that's fine. But I think this is a little better. 3 Globes, 2 Giselles, and then still a good amount to protect them. Your front line in this is exceptionally weak, though. What could maybe be better is if you cut a Rat Ogre and then get 2 Clan Rats. Just to make your front line hold a little bit longer. That could be something. But yeah, the 2 Giselles is more worth it than the Plague Monks, unfortunately. Alright, Chaos Dwarves, Greenskins, and Tzeentch is what he picked. I have counter pick. Let's say I ban Tzeentch. That's Chaos Dwarves and Greenskins. Where does Vampire Coast fit into this? Because Vampire Coast is lit. Let's go Vampire Coast, ban... Honestly, Greenskins. Yeah, I feel pretty good into Tzeentch's Coast. Greenskins I'm not so sure, because he could pull some real shit and then I'd be in trouble. So let's go VP, ban Greenskins. Because, like, I have some builds that in theory would work, but if he goes, like, Mass Vanguard or something and I'm just not ready for it, I could get Raffle Stomped pretty quickly. If he goes Mass Archers like I'm expecting, or I don't prepare for it correctly. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with it. I feel like I know what I'm doing into Tzeentch, so I'll stick with that. In this matchup. So let's see what he does. He now has Chaos Dwarves or Tzeentch to pick into Vampire Coast. He says, I'll go Greenskins. I can't tell if he's trolling or if he actually didn't see that I banned Greenskins. Alright, he's going Chaos Dwarves.
He just says lol. Whoops. Alright. Let's do this. Chaos dwarves. The dwarves of pure chaos energy. Surprise CDO for Zinch. Maybe he's listening to the stream right now. Maybe he hears all of this. He's like, oh fuck that guy. He has plans. Wouldn't you play them like Warriors of Chaos, better flyers in range here? VP are pretty good at dealing with flyers. That's why I wasn't scared. It's like, alright, cool. Bring your flyers. Get shot down. Get shot out of the sky. Like scum. How's Warriors of Chaos versus VP these days? I think it's fine for VP. I think they can handle it, but I haven't played it in a bit. And when I say fine, I mean fine. I don't mean like good. It's serviceable. One of these days, I'm going to need someone to break down the faction matchups. I used to have a chart where I went through every single faction matchup, but it was a lot of work to keep updated, and I suspected no one was using it, so I secretly took it down one day, and someone noticed a month later and messaged me about it. So I was like, yeah, I feel okay with my decision. Because it is a lot of work every patch to go through every single faction and think about how the matchup is affected. Let's try this. Let's try this. I had a lot of my build down. And then I had an awkward 2,000 gold that I spent in possibly a really dumb way. I got 2 cannons, which I swore I would stop doing on Vampire Coast. But these cannons have triple gold chevrons, so they're very expensive when they fail me. Enemy troop count is 1,000. I guess that's pretty good for cannons. Just play High Elves and Escape and it's good, I promise. It's not. Stop saying that. Alright, we have 2 triple gold chevron cannons. That'll hopefully make them accurate enough to actually hit something. And then we have a whole bunch of handgun mobs. Just like a whole bunch. To shoot at whatever the Chaos Dwarves feel like chucking my way. And then we have some animated hulks to defend my cannons. Some dogs to help defend my cannons. And to run down enemy archers if I see fit. We have more animated hulks for a little bit more mass. And then a front line to hold back the Chaos Dwarves. And there's probably going to be a burning head. I just realized that taking a Fleet Admiral with no healing whatsoever versus Chaos Dwarves could be a mistake if they have a Deathstreaker rocket launcher. But actually, wait, I have 2 gold chevron cannons. I fear nothing. These cannons are going to fuck up whatever Deathstreaker rocket launcher shit tries to kill my lord. We're good. We're good, dude. Goji just admitted he cheated. That's fine. He's like, I brought one too many Wolf Riders, and I said, that's whatever. I'll win eventually. Blags, you will win eventually, but also you're one of my favorite new players to spectate, so hopefully that brings you some joy. It's bad artillery. Long Paul, you do love me, though. See, that's the thing, is you can't be too mad at me because you do love me a little bit. You're like, ugh, this guy. This guy fucking knows where to bring it. Alright. Pivot. And while we pivot, look for hobgoblins. Okay, no hobgoblins on the flanks. Black parapet. So what do we have? 5 hobgoblin wolf riders with spears, then Infernal Guard, Infernal Ironsworn, Blazing Beards, Infernal Ironsworn, and Infernal Guard, and Astrogoth. And then I don't see anything else, so I'm suspecting we have some hobgoblin chicanery. In which case, I'm going to send dogs way back here to just look. Just take a look around. Meanwhile, cannons are teeing off. This sucks that all of his cav is dog shit. I don't really want to shoot at dog shit cav. Alright, one of you keep Astrogoth a little honest. The other one, yeah, shoot Ironsworn, I guess, dude. No trains? No trains. Nothing for my triple chevron cannons to shoot at. Rip in peace. My spooky ghost guys are actually going to start shooting at hobgoblins too, just to be really mean about it. I'm going to keep a dog here. I'll send an animated Hulk over here, but I'm still suspicious that there are hobgoblins lurking around. Okay, there are some hobgoblins, so they're right in front of me. All right, we take those. We've routed off some of those wolf riders. Turned some guns a little faster than that. A little slow in the draw there, old Hummus was. I Fate of Bunid one of those infernal bastards. Now time to run. Anyway, that was cool. Dogs, chase off these hobgoblins, please. Cannons, please remount, and I hope your leadership is good enough that you're fine. Ahoy hoy, motherfucker. That guy's just rolling. He's living his best life. Oh shit. That's a Hellhammer. That's pretty cool. I'm going to save up mostly for Fate of Bunas because there's so much elite infantry here that I feel like I need it. And I'm going to hope that a million guns can deal with Astrogoth. That's kind of what we're dealing with right now. So far, they're dealing with him. Oh boy, they're dealing the shit out of him. If these Hobgoblin Wolf Riders could just eat my ass. Animated Hulks, I don't really want you guys fighting the only halberds on the whole map. We have gotten Astrogoth. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Cannons. Give me a second. Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. Oh, it's a direct hit! I have a Fate of Buna. I have one. I want to use it. Get the fuck away from me! Alright, you guys need to fall back. Animated Hulk can deal with this. Why did you let him come back? What is wrong with you? Oops. Oh, thank God he got canceled somehow. Did anybody else see my dogs have specific orders to chase Astrogoth to the ends of the earth and directly ignore it? Dodge that hammer. Excuse me, pardon me. I would like to Fate of your Buna. Kill that fuck. This reload is taking forever. Oh, this reload is really taking a long time. Alright, I'll go deal with it myself. So we've lost both of our cannons. Lost most of our animated Hulks. I have a lot of Winds of Magic left, so we can still get some Fate of Bunas out if we need to. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders are finally starting to shatter. I'm gonna Spirit Leech him, because I really just need Astrogoth to fuck off and die. Okay, Infernal Ironsworn blasting charges still hurt a lot. And why are most of my animated Hulks like over in fucking Narnia? If anybody feels like explaining to me, what are you doing over there? Jesus Christ. Idiots. I work with idiots. Come over here today! God damn it. Now I have stupid Fireglaives to fucking deal with because you jackasses can't do anything right. Alright, Astrogoth's just running, which is fine. If he's not involved, that's okay. Holy crap, these animated Hulks are like having the worst fucking time. Just move! What is wrong with you? My God. Alright. We lost those animated Hulks because they're fucking idiots. We lost all of our animated Hulks because everyone's a fucking idiot. No one ever dies. And we lost this game because my dogs dropped orders on Astrogoth. So that feels pretty cool. And you get cucked on your own charge by the animated Hulk, so you can't get past for some reason. Astrogoth isn't gonna rout. You have a pistol. I don't know if you're even gonna bother shooting him, though. Alright, we have lost our Hulks. Astrogoth finally died, hooray! And I have a Fate of Buna in a couple seconds to deal with the Blazing Beards. I have plenty of wins in Magic, so I just really need to stall this out. But I can't move! I literally can't move through all the fucking dwarves! Holy shit. You can surround a dragon in Monstrous Infantry, and it can walk out like it's nothing, but a couple measly dwarves surround my crab, and I am stuck. Oh, I hate this fucking game sometimes. That's so fucking stupid. Alright. Last maps, Knights, run your picks. The armor was fine, and again, I made mistakes along the way. I'm sure if we watch the replay and actually analyze it, I made mistakes, but I just really want to see those dogs completely abandon their job. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders are routed off a whole bunch. Fate of Buna on the Infernal Ironsworn. But they didn't take very much damage at all from that Fate of Buna. Holy shit, they only did half their HP. Oof, that's problematic. Okay, yeah, that's a big problem for me. So yada yada yada. We shoot Astrogoth a bunch. He runs into my cannons. All of a sudden, we can't shoot him at all. But he frees himself from my cannons. He gets shot a bunch. And how do you lose orders? There's nothing here. I demand to know. What? You just... What? You just let him go? Why? Why would you do that? There was nothing there. I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt that maybe a couple of you got stuck on Ironsworn, but you just fucking let him go. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you fucking do that? We had it! We had the fucking game! Oh my god! I didn't think it was that bad! What the fuck? They just let him go! For literally no reason! That's so fucking dumb. Okay. That's so fucking dumb, man. That's infuriating. Because if we had killed him, we would have been fine. If we had run him off the map, we would have been fine. Because he cast that Hellhammer that killed an entire handgun. He cast Cascading Fire Cloak on those Wolf Riders, which killed the last of my dogs. His leadership was the reason that several of the Chaos Dwarf units wouldn't fuck off and die. And I had to chase him with my Pistol Admiral for so much the late game, and I took a ton of damage for that. That's so annoying. Oh my god. All right. All right, 1-1. This is it. The final game. If we lose, it's entirely because of those fucking dogs. And that feels good. Alright. Greenskin, dwarves, and ogre kingdoms ban greenskins and Brett. Greenskins, dwarves, and ogre kingdoms. Oh, I'm banning dwarves for sure, but what can handle greenskins and ogre kingdoms? Greenskins and ogre kingdoms. That's why you should play like me, badly. Can't blame bugs. That's smart. That right there is Pog thinking. I'm arrived. All right, I'm gonna go greens. No, he banned greenskins. What up, Umbrella? One second. I gotta show you what fucking happened. I was livid. I was enraged. Greenskin, dwarves, and ogre kingdoms. Lizardmen? Lizardmen feel suspect into dwarves and ogre kingdoms. Let's do Dark Elves. Dark Elves could be okay. Maybe. Ugh, I'm nervous now. Oh, I missed a good rant. Umbrella, we'll get back to it. 1 second. 1 second, buddy. We'll go back. Let's do Norska. Norska ban dwarves. Alright, so I have greenskins or ogre kingdoms to deal with as Norska. Let's go. But, Umbrella, come with me on a journey here real quick.
There was nothing there!
Problematic. Okay, yeah, that's a big problem. So this is game 2. This is game 2, Umbrella. So yada yada yada. We shoot Astrogoth a bunch. He runs into my cannons. All of a sudden, we can't shoot him at all. But he frees himself from my cannons. He gets shot a bunch. And how do you lose orders? There's nothing here. I demand to know.
What? You just... What? You just let him go? Why? Why would you do that? There was nothing there. I was gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that maybe a couple of you got stuck on Irisword, but you just fucking let him go. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you fucking do that?
I lose my goddamn mind. Oh, it tilted me so hard, man. It tilted me so hard. Norska and Ogre Kingdoms, let's go. So Umbrella, if I fail to qualify for your big fancy tournament, no, that is the reason. This shit happens all the time. Still funny though. All right, let's do this. Started with the last patch. Yeah, it was so bad. The enemy lord just gets away. He just gets away. Okay, we got to kill some ogres. But how? That could be how. Cool. That's gonna be mega tilt? Hell yeah, dude. If I lose this, hell yeah. But we're not gonna lose. You know why? Because we're the goddamn best. We're the GOATs, the greatest of all time. Never lost a game. He was so tilted he considered playing Dark Elves. Yeah, I did. Norse Ogre Kingdoms. It's a matchup as old as time. Beauty and the Beast. Let's kill him. Let's kill him. Let's kill ourselves some ogres. Call it a day. Slap Goji around. Destroy his hopes and dreams. Because you know what? Gojira is a piece of garbage. And we don't like him at all. We don't like Gojira gaming on YouTube. There he is. We don't like that guy. That's why I spammed his link in the chat 3 times. Goji is a content creator. You probably have heard of him through Turin streams, but just in case you haven't, check him out. He occasionally casts tournaments for Cool Umbrella, like the Friday Night Fights one we just did. What up, Knighthood? The goddamn goat. I'm so used to casting and not playing, I just tried to click on Gojira's army to see how his build was coming along. Which I can't do. Imagine not posting a vid in over 2 months. Okay, he does live streams sometimes. Live streams are much more recent than 6 months. He streamed Land Battle Cap Point mod 3 months ago. Good, you? I'm good, chilling, dude. Fucking chilling. Do you need stream ideas, Blag? Sure. I'm always collecting. I'll always be collecting. Scandal rocks Warhammer. Human Boy flagrant cheater. Hell yeah, dude. All right, we got Throg. F chillin', good. Yeah, I am in a desperate fight for my life against Gojira Gaming because dogs decided to be very bad boys. And it's like 11 p.m. and I need to go to work in a bit. So I need to get to bed. So Goji, if you could hurry up and die. Not in real life, in the video game. That'd be great. And if you're going to beat me, then I hope it's a long, slow grind, and I hope you don't enjoy it, and I hope you uninstall the game, because anybody who beats me deserves to not play Warhammer anymore. That's facts. No, I do wish him the best. Last game was actually a pretty good comeback from all those Infernal Alliance War and stuff. I shouldn't have let my handguns get massacred. Plan straightforward. Marauder Hunters of Javelins will harass the Ogres. Marauder Spearmen will try and hold with Throg's support. We have Plague of Rust in case of heavily armored Ogres. And I pretty much stole Blood Penguin's build, though he is better at it than me. The dogs didn't want to be raised from the dead and mutinied. Yeah. Could be. Scurvy dogs are the worst of the undead. They're the worst dogs in the game, actually, probably. They're still alright. They're still decent units, but of the dogs in the game, they're probably the worst. Maybe wolf rats with magic damage are worse, just because of their super low weapon strength. And some of it's armor piercing, but not all of it is. What's their unit count, by the way? I'm a little concerned I'm still outnumbered by ogres. And I have a pretty decent army. I guess that's a lot of Noblars, but... I'm scared. I'm shaking in my little boots. These boots be shook. Goji's not ready just yet. I know what's happening. He's trying to wait me out. He knows I have to go to bed. God damn it. Goji with the master strategies. Alright, we're going. He told me he's ready. Is that Scrag? This man's betting it all on Scrag? Alright, Scrag the Slaughter. We have Sky Striders, a whole bunch of Ogre Bulls and Man-Eaters. And then some Noblars in the front line and some Saber-Tooth packs in the flanks. Okay. Alright, we're feeling good. We're chilling. That's right. But you're not wearing boots, my Troll King. I stole the human's boots, and I'm wearing those. Those are Noblar Trappers. Not great. Not great. I don't know how to deal with the Noblar Trappers right now, if we're all being honest. I don't know where most of those guys are going, but I'm concerned. Ah, they're running off to a side. Alright, try and support if you can. Man-eaters don't really have armor for me to get rid of. Skinwolves eat those ogre bowls while I peel a bit. You guys are just gonna have to defend yourselves? No, I have skinwolves in the area. I'm no dummy. I'm just looking like a fool with my pants on the ground. Alright. These skinwolves and these guys are gonna go get the Sky Striders. And we're gonna overcast Plague of Rust on them. Because we're cool like that. The Sky Striders are gonna have a bad time. We're chilling. I still need to kill more Noblars, because there's like so many Noblar Trappers, man. Alright. Dogs, you're not gonna be that helpful, so you go take out those Noblar Trappers for me. You guys stop wandering off into the ether. You reform ranks and fire. We are sniping out Scrag pretty hard, but let's refocus around because Scrag is now surrounded by my own guys. That Plague of Rust Overcast is killing the little guys. The Sky Striders, they're not little at all. I'm just being dumb. And Throg doesn't have attack orders. Throg, what are you doing? Throg, everything's your fault. I don't make mistakes. I do not. How's this going? Great, great, great. Great. Bounce power is almost Armulos's territory. You love to see it. You love to see it. We're hanging in there. We can do it. We can do it. Come on, buddy. Come on. I don't know why I turned into a constipated squirrel for a bit, but sometimes that's just what you get. Alright, these Ice Wolves are gonna just chase off random ass Noblars. Man-Eaters are gonna die. Armulos is gonna hit. We did it! We did it! Oh, I was so scared. You guys have no idea. Overcast Plague of Rust on those guys. Beat them up. Kill them. Kill them. Fight or die. We never die. All right, we're going to the playoffs. Our fuck up didn't hurt us. We did it. We did it. I was really nervous. But we got through it. Goji, you're a good man. I wish you the best. I don't have any follow-up. I got nothing. That's it. He surprised me with Way Watchers into Skaven, made that a little spooky. And then he surprised me with Chaos Dwarves with just having all of the elite infantry and walking at me. And it fucking worked. And then in game 3, we actually got a little bit of what we expected, except he took Scrag for some reason. Like a silly Banky. But otherwise we were fine. And Blood Penguin's build that I stole did wonders. So thanks, Blood Penguin, for having very stealable builds. Because I stole this. This isn't mine. What does Scrag actually do? I don't know, man. It just works here. Whew! All right. Good night, everybody. Hopefully you had a good stream. Congratulations again to John FB for winning the actual tournament. And then in the bonus best of 3, Goji was a fierce opponent, and we fucking did it. Coming down from that adrenaline high. I don't know how to end the stream. Bye. See you tomorrow if you're going to watch the campaign stream.